It is time for the Hodgepodge. Right, I need to get rid of some of these windows. Marvellous. And now we start Don't Starve. And it should just come up automatically. Of course, that's the dream. Not always a guarantee, but it is the dream that it just sort of pops into reality on the Hodgepodge of Hilarity. But we cannot say that for certain. If we could, then it would be glorious. I don't know. Oh, that's the one thing I'm missing. I knew there was something I needed to do, but I forgot. Okay, so we may be having trouble there. Paste. Do we want that? Yes. Do we want that? Yes. Chat box should be fine there. Or at least sufficient. I still need to do some upgrading of this thing, but I tell you what. Let's go. So you don't have to spend another one. There we go. It's back to standard, I'm afraid. It is just standard Obi-Wan Kenobi's. Hello there. Hello there indeed. Now, I need to make sure we're in the window. There we go. But, yes, no, it's not ho ho ho. It's neither ho 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 nor hello there. Well, it is hello there. But it is certainly that. Now, I don't know is the honest truth. I don't know. Maybe if I suddenly remember when both of those are, at that point it might be a case of yes, that will happen. Right, so is there a way? Oh, there we go, you just do it like that. I'm going to delete that one because we're just going to start again and it wasn't an important one, owing to the fact that... so does that go with that? No. Yeah, so I think... fine. I'm still not 100% sure how this all works, but still. 15th to the 18th of April is Easter. Well, you never know. Maybe closer to April, if I remember, I will manage to do that. However, there is no guarantee of that fact. Anyway, so this is Don't Starve. I believe you've probably seen Don't Starve before. We've got different characters. We can be Wilson. He just grows a magnificent beard. That is it. He's a scientist, though, the gentleman scientist specifically. The fire starter, Willow. She's immune to fire damage, has a sweet lighter, but when she's nervous, which I think basically translates to when her sanity is low, she will start lighting fires. Wolfgang, the strong man, he is particularly troublesome. Grows stronger with a full belly. However, what they don't specify there is he grows weaker with an empty belly. Now, this game is called Don't Starve for a reason. And the reason is you're not supposed to starve, which you'd think makes him strong, but it doesn't, because you're almost always on the edge of starvation at all times. But anyway, is afraid of monsters in the dark. That's even worse because you need to be around monsters. The bereaved Wendy is haunted by her twin sister. Feels comfortable in the dark. Doesn't hit very hard. So I think that basically translates to doesn't hit very hard is difficult to not translate to she's weaker than the other characters. Is haunted by her twin sister. She basically has some kind of item that I think evolves over time, and then I think it summons Abigail at some point. Feels comfortable in the dark. I think it means that in, like, not full darkness, but in the twilight time, in the evening time, I think she possibly loses less sanity than others, but I couldn't be certain. WX78, the soulless automaton. Empathy module not responding. Not a picky eater means he'll eat monster meat happily, I think is the idea. Can upgrade with gears, that's basically there is an item and you stick it in him. And he's charged by lightning but damaged by water. That basically means he is exceedingly bad in the rain, but if you can get hit by lightning, you go off like a fucking whoosh. He will speed up something drastic. Wickerbottom. Knows many things. I think that basically translates to she gets free recipes right at the beginning of the game. Can't sleep means she can't actually go to sleep physically. So you can't spend the night in a tent or something to regain sanity, or a bed or anything like that. Self-publishes books, I think, means you get a special ability to make books for her. Hates spoilage, I believe, is basically, I think if you've got spoiling items in your inventory or you pick up spoiled items, she takes a bit more of a hit on her sanity. Woody, the lumberjack, has a lovely axe. The axe talks to him. It's weird. And a terrible secret. He's a werebeaver. That's the secret. Is thankful for bountiful harvests. I think you regain sanity by chopping trees down, maybe? Don't know for certain. Don't know who that is. Well, actually I do. That's the mime. I recognise the silhouette. That, I think, might be Maxwell. And then we have Wagstaff, the cryptic founder, great inventor, nearsighted, delicate stomach. I've never played as this character, so I don't know for certain, but I'm assuming great inventor possibly means, I don't know, doesn't need the science machine? Nearsighted, maybe they've put a restriction on the map range you've got available. Delicate stomach suggests he's a fussy eater and therefore would be awkward. Wigfrid excels in battle. I think basically that translates as she's stronger. Absorbs the power of fallen foes. I think she gets... Yeah, I think she might regain sanity every time she kills something. Only eats meat. That's part of the problem with Wigfrid, because sometimes you need them to eat whatever is at hand, otherwise they will starve. And unfortunately, Wigfrid you really have to plan for. But then you can go after more monsters and you can do a lot more. Weber, one of my favourite characters, the Indigestible, is a monster. Can befriend spiders. I believe if you give a spider a piece of meat, that spider will follow you for a period of time. The is a monster is referencing the fact that if you go near pigs, the pigs will attack him for being a monster. But if you go near monsters, the monsters, i.e. spiders for the most part, I think, but the monsters don't tend to attack Weber, whereas the quote-unquote good NPCs will attack Weber. So I think traditionally mermen and pigs don't attack the protagonist. They will attack Weber. Traditionally spiders and other such nasties will attack the protagonist. They will not attack Weber. Walani, the Unperturbable. Loves surfing. I believe that just references the fact that she has a surfboard. Dries off quickly, so when she's wet she'll dry. And is a pretty chill gal. I think that means her sanity doesn't drop as fast. And then that one, I do recognise the silhouette, but I can't think of the name. Don't recognise that one at all. No, nothing. And then Wormwood. Plants relate to him. I believe that means you can... I'm not entirely sure. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But has a green thumb. That basically means, as far as I'm aware, this is all mostly guesswork, but also some playtesting of the characters. But I think he can turn the seeds you would get that traditionally you'd just eat, primarily. He can just automatically plant them in the ground. I don't think he needs a farm. I think he just needs grass to be able to sort of plant them into the ground. I think plants relate to him is based on the fact that if you or someone else, now admittedly in Don't Starve there is no someone else, but in Don't Starve Together, if you or someone else chops down vegetation and trees, he will take a sanity hit because he's friends with the trees. Now to a certain extent you just have to factor that in and go for it because you do need wood. Food fills his stomach but not his heart. I think usually you get both a hunger meter boost and a sanity boost. No, tell a lie. A health meter boost. You get hunger and health back for eating a meal. You only get hunger back for eating something with Wormwood. He does not regain health from meals. and then more unknown, and then back to Wilson. Anyway, there is a plan. It's the character that was introduced with Shipwrecked, and we are going to be Walani because it allows me to surf, essentially. Love surfing. Now, I'm assuming, as I say, she definitely has a surfboard. It might be a case of love surfing means I can regain sanity by surfing. I don't know for certain. But anyway, this is Don't Starve. We're specifically doing Shipwrecked, so we're generating islands, generating a keen sense of something, but I missed it, inserting sea monsters, reticulating thalassophobia. I'm not entirely sure what thalassophobia is, but the reticulating, I think, is a reference to... I can't remember where it was originally. Reticulating splines is the original quote, I believe, which I can't quite remember. I don't know whether it was Sims or SimCity, or I think it was something in that area, but I couldn't say with absolute certainty. But anyway, that's what the game is. Welcome to everything, Mr. Blueboosh. I should have said it earlier, but I got distracted playing the game. But anyway, welcome, Mr. Blueboosh. How are you doing and what are you doing? Are you up to anything of interest or significance? Or insignificance? It's always a viable thing. Are you doing anything at all, or are you just sitting there twiddling your thumbs? Which is technically something you are doing. If you were literally doing nothing, you would be dead and therefore unable to answer. So, no pressure on answering right now, but if you don't answer, people will think you're dead. Significance means it's going to change the world, so no. I loosely disagree. I don't think significance means it would change the world. I think significance is variable, dependent on who you are and what you're doing. So, I think you can be a little more generous with significance. Doing the Sentinel for the rubble rocks on rocks off site, of course, of course. Right, I'm going to get myself an axe. Gonna ask you a question. Gonna have myself a real good time. I can also get... No, I can't. That's fine. How do I... Oh, there we go. It's going to take me a moment or two. And by moment, I mean quite a long time, I suspect. It'll take me a while to get back in the swing of how you play Don't Starve in general. And let alone how you play Don't Starve Shipwrecked. Because it's not hugely different to the original... Whoops. It's not hugely different to the original Don't Starve, but there is some differences. Mostly, it's the fact that you are on... Oh, okay, this way. There we go. You're on a bunch of tiny little islands. Well, I say tiny. Some of them are quite large, I suppose, but that's not 100% the point right now. What's the difference between Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together? I mean, basically, one's single player and one's multiplayer. There's a slightly greater description of differences, but the fundamental is Don't Starve is single player. Don't Starve Together is the multiplayer. And hello, welcome, Mr. Blue Boo. Well, you've got a second one for free. Welcome, Mr. Blue Boosh, again. What I meant to say is because you both start with B's. Nobody likes bees, not the bees. But welcome, Mr. Butternut. Hello. And yes, Don't Starve. I mean, Don't Starve is a difficult game. There's no two ways around it. It's a difficult game. I think Don't Starve... This Shipwrecked one, I think is... I don't know. I can't remember the twists and turns this one takes. But obviously in the original, it is very difficult to survive because you've got, winter. I can't remember if this one has winter. Eat that crab. I might have to at some point, but right this very second, I'm going to be okay for now. I should be able to get my hands on some other things that I can eat. I've got seeds at the moment. I'm fairly certain. Well, having said that, they're probably just plantable seeds. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at these seashells. Yeah, no, I can't do anything with those. Interesting. Yeah, that's most annoying. That might be a controller issue. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, for starters, I think we probably want that, which is fair enough. Yeah, that's all correct. That's all correct. I would eat berries and nearly starve, so I would catch rabbits and then starve a bit later. I mean, that's a pretty good assessment of the game. I'd eat some berries, nearly starve, then I'd eat some rabbits and starve a little bit later. And as long as you can keep starving a little bit later, that's basically the game I would put forth. Okay, so yeah, that should just be affecting the inventory. So I wonder why it's also... okay. Yes, I think that's the problem. I don't want... I just... interesting. Whoops. That's definitely not what I wanted. Is there a way of just clearing that? I don't know. I don't think there is. Let's try that and then... No, okay. That could prove a nuisance. Oh, no, okay. What's even weirder is that's not... That's definitely not what it's supposed to be doing. Anyway, don't think I've ever survived a winter in the rare attempts I even got to winter. Oh, getting to winter is usually fairly simple, I think. No offence, I don't just called you out, called you straight out there. Oh, getting to winter's a piece of piss. No, getting to winter's not usually too much of a trouble. It's having prepared yourself to survive winter. That's where most of the trouble comes from. As I say, I can't quite remember if this one has winter. I'm not 100% convinced it does. I think Shipwrecked has its own unique supply of issues that you have to figure out. But what I could probably do with is I do need some wood, so let's start chopping down some trees for the sake of some wood. Let's get myself some wood. Ah, there's a fucking snake. I knew there might be a snake in those them there trees. There's a snake in them trees. Oh, he's gone asleep. Well, no, he's awake again. Okay, let's see if we can... No, okay, fine. Twat it as fast as you can. I don't think... I mean, they may very well drop meat, but certainly there, I did not get any meat to eat, I'm afraid. It's not Metal Gear Solid. I cannot just eat snakes at any given opportunity. If you were unaware, there is a video game called Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Beat the snake. Walani might struggle with that. Unless she finds another snake, in which case I can probably beat the snake. Right, so let's... Yeah. Whoops, I built another axe. Well, you can never have too many axes. No, that's not technically true. You can have too many axes. But for now... let's equip that. Now, of course, we can go back to grabbing that. Now, that, we need our machete. Oh, shit, it's twilight time. Doesn't the game punish you for eating rabbits and stuff as well? I don't think so. Not in a traditional way. Or at least I'm unaware of such a thing. Where's my pickaxe gone? There it is. I will mine the boulder. Because as far as I'm aware, eating rabbits is just a thing you can do. Unless there is like one of the giants. If you eat too many rabbits. I know if you take too many trees without replanting trees, you can get tree guard come after you. Now I don't know if there is a sort of variety of tree guard here that will come and ruin your day. Right, so we've got a campfire ready there. I just need to access the menu when the time is correct. That would require a shovel. I don't think I can do shovels at the moment. But yeah, we'll have to try and spend the night here. Probably doing fire laps, of course. What is the utility transfer as? I don't know. What is the utility transfer ass? I'm now devilishly curious myself. I think it's when you press X to murder the rabbit after having caught it. Interesting. I am unaware of that. Now, that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means I'm unaware of that. Oh, it's the O in the Hodgepodge. I see. It really carves ass. Oh, yeah, it does. Utility transfer ass. Okay. Oh, do it too much and Krampus comes to get you. Oh. I mean, don't get me wrong. That does not surprise me in this game. This game wants you dead. Under any circumstances. Doesn't mind how it does it. It just needs you to die. It will kill you at any given point in time. I'm just going to have another quick look. Settings. I don't think there's anything to do with settings here that will be necessary. It is in controls, which... Oh, interesting. We have sort of... I could disable the controller, but I don't really want to disable the controller. That would be silly. But yes, why... It's because it's got my D-pad on 2 different settings, which makes life very awkward. It's this one here that I need to be able to clear, but I can't seem to clear it. Well, maybe, I wonder... With a bit of luck... Oh, no, I would like to apply those changes. There we go. Some Rennies will... Rennies will get rid of cramps. See. Right, let's see. So now, equipping the axe. There we go. So... If I push in on the controllers, we may have problems, but I don't plan on pushing in on the controllers. But it just gets rid of that sort of constant flicking that it was doing. I can't believe my first tree did me with a fucking... Oh, almost went, but I think that was just part of the save process. But I can't believe my first tree did me with a snake. It's absolute bullshit. But anyway... But the remaining, back to the differences between Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together, there are a fair few outside of that. Don't Starve Together takes the base game of Don't Starve primarily, in terms of the world building and stuff. And then puts you in there with someone else. Multiple someone else's, in fairness. Ooh, there's gold! I'm going to try and grab that gold in a moment. Try and grab that gold right now. Doubloons! Yeah. Also an egg, which we will cook that egg, and I will eat that fried egg. Nom nom. And now we'll grab some jungle seeds. Let's plant the jungle seeds right here. That's the ticket. That's the one. I believe this is going to damage me. It did not damage me. Okay, interesting. Maybe if I walk through it? No? Okay. Looks a little tangled, fair enough. I very much assumed that was going to be damaging. But how are you, Mr. Butternut? I neglected the usual questions, which are, of course, how are you and what are you up to? Are you up to anything interesting? It doesn't have to be interesting, in fairness. I always add that caveat. It doesn't actually have to be interesting. It's just if it is interesting. Might be interesting to me as well. Hell, if it's not interesting, it might still be interesting to me. So we've pretty much gone round our first island, which means we might end up going off on a sail trip. On a little trip across the ocean on my little surfboard. See what we can find. Because I'm not... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, why can't I deal with that boulder? I just finished work. That is, I mean, good. It's very good. But it's a shame. It's a shame it had to be finished in the first place, I suppose. Final Fantasy 14? Yes, 14. Took me a moment to assess the numerals. Right, so yeah, I don't really. A bit more wood wouldn't hurt. How much wood would a woodchuck would if he was called Ed Wood? And more doubloons! I'm not entirely sure where these doubloons are coming from, and I'm not sure if I... Oh, what am I, a pack animal? I mean, it would be very useful if you were a pack animal, because then I could... Oh, I do need that egg. The egg of Mantumbe. I'll tell you what, we'll have that built and ready. We'll have that built and ready. Because if you were wondering, what you can do is you can build things, and if they're blue, that means you've built them. And then you can just place them. So if you've got an abundance of items, you can try and sort of just do that. And sometimes that will aid in your sort of... Ah, yes, I built those specifically to get a whatever they call it, a garland. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck in Woodwood's wood? I don't know. An awfully large volume, I fear. Now, I couldn't pick up the seed. Whoops. Oh, I see. I think that's still doing that. Yes. Fuck's sake. Thought I'd solved that problem, but apparently not so much. Have you? You absolutely better not have. Interesting. That part of the issue as well? I don't know. But we're going to try and shunt those off as well. See if that helps. Whoops, I've eaten something. I ate some seeds, that's fine. Right, we can't pick those up. That's fine as well. Okay, so hopefully... Yeah. Think we may have solved our... Unless it's just... Okay, no, it just keeps coming back. Excellent. So that's something else. Control scheme is not proving satisfactory. I suppose I should probably just use a keyboard and fucking mouse, but I find a controller vastly easier. So moving, yes, that's what we're after. Moving. Pause and stop, yeah. Zoom out, not important. Zoom in, that's fine. Why does Edward Woodward have so many D's in his name? I don't know. I don't know if that's like a beginning of a joke. Fuck me!
Hello there.
Too early. Too early on the fuck me. Open crafting, open doodah. So, inventory, yeah, that's fine. Open the crafting menu. Yes, it has a sanity meter, a health meter. It has all of the stuff. Use item self, yeah, that's fine. No, I think it is just a issue, which slightly surprises me, because it feels like it shouldn't exist as a thing, but still. I can't see an obvious reason why it's doing it. It's just going to be frustrating. Right, let's get our surfboard out. Launch the surfboard so we can ride the surfboard. And away we go. And we don't want to go bumping into the waves, but we can surfs up on the waves. So whee! And whee! Whoops. There you go. I told you. You want to avoid going in the front of the waves, but you can easily... Oh, hello, there's a triangle. That's probably a Bermuda triangle, probably best avoided. Or some kind of triangle. Slightly concerning that there's currently no other islands around here. I don't know if there's a limit to how much surfing I can do. I'm crashing like a sick wave. Give me some food. I will try and sort you out with some food, if we can find another island, of course. Which could prove more difficult. Aha! No, maybe not. That's just shallow water. I thought shallow water may have defined an island, but apparently not so much. Yeah, darkness could be a problem if I can't find an island. I may have to go back. Oh, good lord, yeah, no, I'm miles away from anywhere. If I don't find another island, I may be fucked immediately. This is good. This is excellent. I should have stalled and went for a sort of less than now situation. Surely there's an island here somewhere. Now, is that a bioluminescence? I can't really take that treasure chest because I haven't got any space. Well, I've got one space at a time. This is bad. This is bad. I can't find an island, so this is bad. Your clothes are soggy, never mind. If we don't find an island, we're gonna die. Which is gonna kind of put a bit of a dampener on playing this motherfucking game. Oh, shit. I'm looking at the map just in case there's any clues that I, you know, some of the areas I might not necessarily see. An island. Thank fuck for that. And now we retrieve the surfboard. And basically now we want to get straight up to our little temporary campfire. We'll probably at some point want to try and define a sort of slightly more serious camp. But for now, what we'll want to do is, for starters, cook that egg and eat that egg. And then probably cook those seeds as well. But outside of that, welcome, Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint. This is Don't Starve, Shipwrecked Edition specifically. And yeah, wet seashells aren't going to do me much good at the moment. Can I cook sugar? No, I can only stick it in sort of a thing. But yeah, okay. Oh, can you? No, you can only... Oh, that's cut grass anyway. I thought it was kelp. There's like kelp you might be able to actually eat, but cut grass, not so much. Unless you're a cow. Because otherwise he'd be ewa woo woo. I see. I had a feeling there was going to be a joke in there somewhere. I just didn't. I couldn't see it myself. Right. Basically we're going to wait until the morning, I think. Now, so that's bamboo. We can probably pick up the bamboo. Not a problem. Bamboo. Snakeskin. Well, we might as well grab some snakeskin. But at this point, well, a little bit of saving hesitation again, as usual. So yeah, basically let's just have a whip round this island and see what this island has. We might as well grab that wibbly log that is over there. I'll tell you what, let's... Oh, more doubloons. Not sure. Can't quite remember what doubloons get you, but at some point, as I say, we need to just sort of settle down and grab... Ah, you bastard snake. Settle down and grab your bastard snake. Get the fuck out of here, you little shit. Oh, there's some monster meat. Unfortunately, I don't have the space to pick it up at the moment. That's why it's going to be quite important to get my hands... Oh, I can't pick up anything else anymore. Darn it all. That's why it's going to be very important to get a science machine going, because I think that's the only way you can get a backpack. But how are you, Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint? How are you, and what are you up to? Oh, I found a dodo bird. Or a doi-doi. I'm sorry, it's a doi-doi bird. I do apologise for my mistake. We'll do sort of like a perimeter sweep. Try and ascertain the size of this island. Once we've ascertained the size of the island, we will start trying to consider whether we want to sort of make a permanent fixture. Well, probably semi-permanent in this one. There's almost always somewhere better. It's not quite, again, it's not quite like the original one, in the sense that you don't necessarily... You're making a shepherd's pie. Well, you're not going to starve, are you? I could do with a shepherd's pie here. Very much. Could do with a crock pot as well. That'll be the crucial thing. Get myself a crock pot and some other supplies. Well, I think we've pretty much found this island and all it has to offer. We'll do a little cross section in the middle to try and get some more stuff. But I think for now, I'll try and clear out this area as well in terms of mapping. But I mean, it's not an offensive island. There are quite a few snake trees, which I might want to clear out. We've got some bamboo patches we can clear out as well. But you know what? think we might equip that pickaxe for starters. And then grab all our bits. Oh, we can't pick up the niter. But yeah, let's pop our sort of a chimenea. I don't actually know what a chimenea is. A tar lamp, a light for your hand or for your boat. Interesting. Endothermic fire. That's for if we reach summer at some point. Boat lantern. Buoyant chimenea, fire that floats. Intriguing. Very intriguing. But for now, we'll sort of declare our primary location here. And now we can build a science machine up here. And the science machine will allow me to build many other things as well. But we'll need lots and lots of stuff there. Backpack. That's one of the most crucial things to get your hands on. Right, we can do a raft, but ultimately, as I played as Walani, I do have a surfboard, so that's where it's quite nice being Walani, because you don't have to commit to that first island with your science machine. You've got more options. Hay wall, not interested in a hay wall at the moment, I wouldn't have thought. Rope is always useful, so we'll definitely get that access to that. Boards are always useful. Cut stone, always useful. Cloth, I assume will be useful. Gold nuggets, always useful, and it will get rid of the doubloons, so that's not a problem. Now here, is this a treasure chest? No, we need more cut boards for treasure chests, but we can do signs, mini signs, wood fences, and hay walls, as I say. Dismiss. Spear, guaranteed to be useful. An electrical doodad. We do need electrical doodads. In fact, we need 2 electrical doodads. Can we do 2 electrical doodads? No, but we might as well get one unlocked now. And then my tools. Yes, a shovel. Please, a shovel will be useful. I must admit, at the moment, a personal razor is not going to be that useful to me, but neither's a pitchfork, truth be told. But I might just learn at least one of those just to get it off from being there, which is why I might end up using that sign, but I think that's a terrible waste of resources. Anyway, oh shit! Fuck! I think I might be starving already, which is not convenient. I think you can eat petals, but they're not great. They're not doing wonders for my stomach. But yeah, I was too busy sciencing, which unfortunately means I might die right now because I have not been able to find a good source of food. Which is slightly problematic and kind of not the point of the game. I suppose there were eggs in the trees, weren't there? So I may just have to start chopping down a load of trees and hope that there's eggs. But I think I might starve to death prior to that situation working itself out. Oh, no, there is an egg. There is an egg. So where's my fire? Is my fire on? Cook the egg. Eat the egg. There we go. But we need a lot more eggs. We're gonna need a whole boatload of eggs. Because the starvation has kind of reached a distinctly critical situation right now. Which is a problem that I don't have a solution for. I may have to eat some monster meat. Although I don't have any monster meat on me, what I mean is, at some point, I might end up... what we need? Those. Where's that egg gone? Cook it. Eat the egg. Yeah, this is not going well. We may have to investigate other things. Oh, there we go. There is a snake there. Fine. Kill the snake. Hope for... No. Darn it. Seeds and seeds, but we're in darkness now. Darkness, it's not good for the soul or the sanity. Eat those seeds. Unfortunately, eating those seeds has not done as much as I needed it to. Yeah, no, I think I fucked this one. I think I fucked it right up. So the chimney, I suppose, might be... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but it might be some kind of cookery thing. Well, having said that, there may be other cookery things there. I'm not sure where you'd get... Oh, there's the crock pot, okay. I always find it a bit ridiculous in games like this where you have to eat something every 5 minutes or you'll die. But that's that's very much the point of the game, unfortunately. But yeah, it is. I've distinctly miscalculated the hunger meter in this. But I suppose I've been spoilt a little bit by the fact that traditionally... some bananas. Now, will cooking the bananas help or hinder? I'm hoping help, because if it hinders... Okay, well, that banana did very little. Ugh. See, this is the problem. If I don't get, like, a really good, substantial meal, I'm kind of stuck in a loop of going nowhere. Which is a problem, to say the least. But there's not a lot. Yeah, this is where I should perhaps not have made this one my base camp. Although I don't think there was much food on the other island either. I don't have the ability to get bird traps. I do have standard traps, which could be useful. Oh, I suppose I need the science machine for standard traps. But standard traps are only really good for rabbits and the like. And possibly spiders if I can get to spiders, but... oh no, I should have been able to build that without going back to the science machine, but there you go. I think I may have just made a boo-boo, but there you go. There's another egg, good. The egg of Mantumbe. We also had some seeds, which is good. Because we can eat the seeds and eat the eggs. Right. So we're not doing what would be considered traditionally well, but we're now at least not completely fucked. So that's something. And if I'm gonna have to just keep chopping down trees and getting more and more eggs. Whoops, I don't need the doubloons. But that explains where the doubloons come from. Parrots with pirates' hats are dropping doubloons, which I think, as all would agree, is perfectly standard fare. Regular parrots, I think, are just going to drop seeds potentially, sometimes anyway. There's the snake again. He's just had an attack, so we might be able to blitz him before he gets another one. Unfortunately, no monster meat. Although, having said that, monster meat is kind of a desperate situation. You don't necessarily want to be eating monster meat, but then, again, I didn't want to be starving at this point in the game. So, it's very much a sort of... Wow, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you didn't want. And now you're going to just have to live with the fact that you didn't want them. And hope for the best in the future. Get away from my seeds, you shit. Because they are my seeds. Hopefully my seeds again. But yeah, this is where the original Don't Starve, I think, is slightly easier. Because there's slightly more sort of carrots and stuff. Carrots and berries. Whereas obviously here, I do not have carrots, nor do I have berries available. So I ended up losing quite a substantial amount on the hunger meter. Which is not good. More seeds, that's good for me. It's good for my stomach. And good for my tea. Okay, so red mushrooms, I can't quite remember what they do. They are a viable foodstuff. Ah, good, some bananas. That's excellent. But I guess I'm going to have to just keep chopping shit down, hoping for eggs and bananas. And that's not really a viable solution. But it is the solution I have. But you have some fun shrooms. I don't know. We'll soon find out if they're fun shrooms. And welcome, Mr. Onabushu. And the problem you had was running out of carrots and berries, true. But usually if you're able to sort of go far enough afield, you can remedy that situation, but not always a guarantee. Plus, once you start once you start with the flow, I think. Okay, that was health damage, but that's fine. For now, at least, that's fine. It's not optimal in the long term, but, you know, right this very second, I'll take a little bit of health damage over the starvation issue that we are having. Snake! Miss the snake and then give it a good twatting. Okay, so now we have to potentially make a decision. Are we going to eat monster meat? Now, I think the answer might end up being yes, although I will hold off on that until truly desperate. So we shall see what happens. Firstly, we'll eat those seeds, and then secondly, what I want to do is build a torch, ideally. Where did torches? Oh, they're in the fire tab, because they're fiery. But what we want to do is light a couple of these trees. That got a little bit out of control, a little bit quick. But at least there's some butterfly wings over there. I think just straight eating butterfly wings will heal me. Yeah, I think it definitely did something. Right, there we go. And now, choppity, choppity, choppity. And now, what's wrong with a piece of asp? We'll drop that torch over. No, seeds, please. Once again, cook those seeds and eat those seeds. And then what we'll also do is grab all of... Oh no! The winds of removing my ashes! I don't think the wind will do anything to vines, but then again, with a strong enough wind, I think it will take everything. But we now have charcoal. Don't know if I've got enough charcoal, unfortunately. Where was the crock pot? 6 charcoals we need. 3 cut stones. Which means a lot more stones and a lot more everything, and it's all hell. It's all a piece of hell. So I think, yeah, I can stack those up a little bit, but still. You can clean your pores, what, with ash or charcoal. We can't really venture too far away at this point, I don't think. Science. What more science? Yeah, electrical doodads. C-labs. Electrical doodads, yeah, we need more cut stone, which means we need generally more stone. Which I think means in the morning... Oh, of course, you are refusing to pick up those seeds. You bitch. In the morning, what we might try and do... I think I'm gonna cook the monster meat. In essence, preparing myself for the inevitable when I end up having to eat the monster meat. But we shall see. Chomp that down, grab that spear, and now we can build more planks, can't we? I believe so, anyway, yeah. If we get 2 more planks, we can at least form some kind of chest situation here, which will allow me to start sort of building a reservoir of sort of general stuff, which is going to be slightly good. And do you know what? You, sir, have offended me. Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, I do have a shovel. I could have sworn I had a shovel. It was a monster meat. He ate the meat. Bamboo root we can't pick up. That's fine. Chests. Right. So, store that in the chest. I don't know what I'm doing with seashells. Not sure what I'm doing there. Don't really need the charcoal right now. Don't really need the ash right now. Don't need the niter right now. Don't need cloths. Don't need that. I don't need the electrical doodad. And if I don't know what seashells are doing for me, I might as well leave them as well. So that's a full chest already. Excellent. Not exactly what I wanted, but it has cleared a fair chunk of my inventory. Now, let's plant this bamboo over here. And then I don't know how good or bad an idea this is, but... Sorry, Mr... Oh, I'll pick up those seeds first, Mr. Doi, but... Doi! Doi, it's time for you to die, because unfortunately I need food, and your drumsticks look like the perfect supply of food. So I'm gonna... Oh, okay! Well, that was clearly a mistake. There's a big angry thing grabbing my stuff, it would seem. I only killed one doi. Fucking hell. I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence? Oh, he's actually thieving my chest. Wow. Did not know he was going to do that. Little shit. He seems to be reasonably non-aggressive, but I also can't catch him because he runs slightly faster than me. But I will fuck you up. Okay, no, apparently he will fuck me up. But now I have all my stuff back. So that's something. And I know you need food. You are constantly in need of food. Little shit. Stole all my stuff. What a bastard. What a bastard. What a big fat bastard. And now I definitely don't know whether he was exclusively based on the fact that I killed a doi, and thus killing doi-dois is a bad idea, or whether that's merely a coincidence. But either way, didn't need that little shit coming here and exerting his will by stealing my items. It does rather suggest I'm going to have to avoid more cooked monster meat and more cooked general meat. There we go. But that's definitely why I need a crock pot, because then I can start getting decent recipes, and that way I might actually start being able to rebuild the hunger meter that I allowed to go down quite so far. Okay, so now I am reasonably confident I can't actually afford. Previously I suggested I could afford to risk a monster meat or two. This time, pretty certain I can't. Well, I set myself on fire. I want my axe, ideally. Well, we might as well try and collect the ash before it blows away. Sanity's doing okay, so I won't bother with the idea of trying to grab any more flowers. The flowers can stay where they are. Right, let's see here. Seeds, that's good. And now get the charcoal. Take it with me. Oh, but I did need a load of other ingredients as well, in fairness. So, sticks. Okay, that's a problem because I don't think there's any sticks around here. And stones. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but they're also needed for crockpots. Oh, good. Right, well, we're keeping the ash on me, it would seem. It's fine. But I think we are going to have to go sailing. Go sail away. We are sailing. So we'll just try and sort of harvest the rest of this island for resources, perhaps, and then in the morning, once it hits morning, I will try and I'll probably try and plant some more of these seeds as well, because I've got a feeling there's probably a jungle tree guard, and therefore just harvesting trees willy-nilly is going to be a problem. What you can also do is harvest them fully and get a bonus log, because I don't think they grow back. I might be wrong. Some games they grow back, some games they don't, and I can never remember which one's which. I think this is the sort of one where they do not grow back. If you leave those logs, it does not benefit you. So what we'll do is, I don't know, I guess I could try and do like a perimeter type thing around my camp, but I think we'll just try and find an open space and plant them all here in a lovely little barrier. Perfectly natural straight line of trees. Or diagonal line of trees, I suppose, technically. But they'll grow, and I can probably harvest them again when I come back. Because I probably will end up coming back to this island. This island might end up being my hub, my home base hub. Right, it's getting dark outside. Let's deal with this log here as well. And I suppose we might as well grab that doubloon, because I've already got one doubloon, so it's not going to take up any extra space in my inventory by picking up a new doubloon. It's all this sheer volume of logs that I've got is going to take up a lot of space in my inventory. But we'll live with that, I'm sure. Might as well grab that machete and start hacking away at bamboo patches. Get myself some more bamboo. Oh, and there's butterfly wings. Well, again, I think butterfly wings do heal me, so it's probably worthwhile just chomping them down right now. I don't see a reason to keep them around. There's probably a way of improving the butterfly's heal ability, perhaps, or the butterfly wings heal, but I don't know what that is, which of course makes it slightly awkward to do. So, you know, going with the short-term benefits outweigh a long-term thing that I have no idea about. That's the theory. Right, so we can chomp down on our egg and eat our seeds, which finally means there's a semblance of hunger satisfied within my belly. My belly has been satisfied for now. Don't worry, though. It will soon be the case that my belly is no longer satisfied, which I suppose is fine. It's fine that my belly will not be satisfied. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those sort of like vines. Good for lashing stuff down. Interesting. Okay. No, I think we'll just store the vines. And as specified. Oh, I suppose I could probably get away with just building another chest. So we just need more planks. 3 planks, I believe, for a chest. And then one more chest here. And that way we can store our doubloons, our things, our bamboo for now, because I don't think I need bamboo. Unless I'm assuming bamboo can't be used. No, you have to use twigs. And I'm kind of out of what's it at the moment, which is problematic. Can you ever reach a point where you have a sustainable food source in this game? To a certain extent, a little bit. I know when I've played Don't Starve together with Mr. Caliber, what we tend to do is one of the priorities is to start making... You want to start making vegetable patches. That's fairly crucial. There we go, place the ball. That's what I was after. You want to start making vegetable patches, bees. It's interesting, Mr. Bluebush, you said you liked bees, and bees are very key in this game. Because bees will aid in your survival because they will produce honey, and honey either has an incredibly long shelf life or possibly infinite shelf life. I can't remember, but it lasts a long time no matter what. So the crucial things: fridge, drying racks, crock pot, bees, stuff like that. But even then, you will still need to go and hunt food down. You can also relocate berry bushes. You will need poo for that relocation. Oh, I think I've just reached the end of the map. I don't think I'm supposed to go into the... Oh, shit. Now, is that full on... I'm done because I'm a derp? No, okay. It's fine. Oh, shit. Oh, I see. I've ended up wrapping round. Okay, that's not so bad. But I am super damp at the moment, it would seem. Super damp. I'm crashing like a sick wave. Oh, hello, 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 hello. There's a shoal there. Not a lot I can do about that. There's a watery grave. Can we chop that up? No. Chop it up with that? No. Chop it up with that? No. Oh, maybe a hammer. Yeah, if I had a hammer. Ah, we can pick these, though. By pick, that is picking limpets off. Okay, I think limpets is a food source. I might be mistaken. Steamer trunk, nice. Yes, we'll take that. We'll take that, and I don't know what that is, but we'll take it. Coral, yeah, we'll take those, all of those. Grab those things. Now, ideally, we need to find another island in the moment. But in terms of, I think, like a literal, full-on, this will sustain you throughout the entire game, I don't think that exists. I might be wrong. You know, more professional players. Oh, interesting. Would that mean leaving my surfboard? Ah, but no, I can retrieve my surfboard. Cool. We've got a brand new boat. And it's better than my old one. Yes, indeed it is. Any sign of an island around here? No, not at the moment. But theoretically, sort of the shallows will lead to an island in some fashion. Exit my boat. I can't... there we go. For a moment there, I couldn't leave the boat. And that's not good. A sweet potato. Sweet potatoes. Yeah. Oh, goody. Another sweet potato. A sweet potato. A sweet potato. Oh, bees! I found the island of bees. I don't know if I want to mess with the bees too much. But at the moment, usually in springtime... Now, again, I don't know precisely how the seasons work in Shipwrecked, but usually in springtime the bees are sort of an absolute arse. But in normal times, they should probably leave me alone as long as I leave them alone. And I don't have a reason to mess with them at the moment. So, for now, at least, I will leave them be. I will leave the bees be. I'll probably spend the night on this island, especially because we want to scout it out. We want to scout it out and understand this island. It's very important to have an understanding of where you are and what might try and kill you. At this point, bees. But we'll see. Not the bees, especially not the capital bees. No! Oh. Thought I heard something of note, but I don't think I did after all. So many sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. What did I need for a... I can't remember what else I needed for a crock pot now. I was found getting to that indefinite sustainability with the best part of survival games. That's usually a part in games where the hunger thirst mechanics aren't the main focus of the game. Yeah. Certainly I know something like... Oh, I think you've played it, haven't you? Subnautica probably allows for that. Because I don't think Subnautica's focus is your survival against the meters. It's a bit more survival against all the shit in the area. But yeah, Don't Starve is very much... Everything is designed to have you starve. And you will inevitably starve at some point, I think is the unfortunate truth. This game is hardcore. Hardcore bullshit sometimes, but hardcore nonetheless. Now, yeah, it's a bee! That's fine. Just a regular bee of no significance. If I start attacking beehives, there'll be a problem. I don't plan on attacking beehives because I have no real reason to have the honey at the moment. Also, I don't have a net. So I can't capture the bees, which means I can't build beehives even if I wanted to. Now I'm hoping my hunger meter will last until the night, but I'm not convinced. So I think we're gonna have to fire up a campfire earlier than I desired, but still, we shall build a campfire there, and we shall start cooking up some sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. There's a sweet potato in my mouth. 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 And we can cook limpets. That's what I thought as well. So, upon having a starter of sweet potato, you can also fill up on the main course of limpets. Limpety goodness. Yes. Oh, I don't think the hunger meter's been so full since I started. Unfortunately, we're pretty much hitting the night time, and that one last sweet potato may have been too much of a push. Because if you were unaware, and you may very well be unaware if you've never played this game before, but if you were unaware, you do not want to be out in the darkness, because guess what? Amazingly, like everything else in this game, the darkness will try and kill you. And by try, I mean very, very much succeed at killing you. So you have to have a light source. Now I could technically pop another torch. I think I've already got one. Yeah, I've got a 75%er at the bottom there. I could pop another torch, but the vision range you get from that is not great. And as such, you know. Oh, that's what you can do. You can build a surfboard. Cowabunga, dudes. You can build a surfboard with shells. Top hat wouldn't go amiss, but we've not found a spider island. Fashion melon, not so much, but not at the moment anyway. A lot of these, yeah. A lot of these are suggesting there is summer in this island setting. But I don't know. As I say, I'm not sure if the weather cycle is slightly different. I think it is. Because I know you get... If memory serves, there was a wind element to this. We saw it lightly with the ash sprinkling away owing to the wind. But I'm fairly confident there is a slightly more heftier wind, which will not only start trying to blow you away from the islands, but it will blow almost anything that's placed on the ground away, which is not great news. Okay. Again, we're just sort of getting the perimeter, trying to get as much of this island uncovered or uncovered, whichever one is English. And eventually, we are going to want to start picking some flowers again in the not too distant future. A, because my sanity seems to have taken a hit. Not entirely sure where that sanity hit came from. I don't remember doing anything that would have impacted my sanity of late, but still. Never mind. We'll not worry about it too much. But yes, we shall try and remember, because I'm not sure if the sweet potatoes will grow back on this island, but none of that. Oh, there's a ring of mushrooms! Which means on, I think inside the ring of mushrooms, on a new moon, or on a full moon, sorry, you can get the mushroom tree, which will just basically net you a shit ton of mushrooms, I think is the idea. I might be mistaken, but there you go. I can't remember everything. Oh no! Awful. Awful noise. Do 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 do. And yeah, we just want to go back up here. As I say, my plan is to basically get it entirely uncovered on the map, whilst gathering as many sweet potatoes and other objects and of interest that I can. Mostly sweet potatoes are the objects of interest because they are going to sustain me. Well, having said that, I have got quite a lot of sweet potatoes, which means they may very well end up going off. And, well, that would suck, but not a lot I can do. Not a lot I can do. I'll tell you what, that garland is in severe disrepair, so the fact that my sanity is reasonably low as well, and this place is full of flowers, makes me inclined to go a flower picking. I'll try and get up to 12, and then next time the garland wears off, I can probably rebuild the garland immediately, assuming I remember, which is often the problem. I can usually forget things oh so very easily. But picking flowers raises your sanity, which is quite nice and very useful. I'm going to go back to that boat, because why not? I was given a boat, I'm now going to use a boat. I don't mean to besmirch your surfboard, Walani. It's a very nice surfboard. In fact, it was owing to the surfboard that we found the boat. But as we have a boat, I might as well use a boat. I will use the boat. I'm gonna use the boat. Don't use the boat, baby. Use the boat. Don't tip the boat over. I'm hoping not to tip the boat over. But yeah, if I can remember that this is the island of bees, then with a bit of luck, I can sort of pop back in the future if I decide I want bees. If I want bees. If I wanna be you, then I can be free. I must admit, I'm not sure. I'm going to try it. It might go horribly wrong. No, you can surf up on waves whilst on a boat as well. I wasn't sure if that was surfboard specific. Plausibly it's Walani specific. I don't think that would be the case, but wee wee. That's right, wee wee. And I went all the way home. I believe this is kelp and well, seaweed. And you can collect seaweed, and that is another. Oh dear, my float has been dinged. Can I actually pick that water up, that flotsam up? No, I think it is just for show. I must admit, I think if the boat sinks, that'll be not complete game over. I think you get washed up again. But if the boat does sink, I think that is sort of going to be troublesome. And will distinctly make me think, do you know what? I should have stuck to the surfboard. And really, there's no absolute clues as to where islands might be, I don't think. You are just sort of sailing off into the wild blue yonder, sailing away majestically. Right, I'll tell you what I might do. Since there's quite a lot of stones here, I'm going to build myself a little stash of cut stones. And then I'm going to... Whoops, no. This appears to be sort of mostly volcanic as an island, I believe. Where's my pickaxe? There's my pickaxe. Unfortunately, my pickaxe is almost dead. And by almost, I mean my pickaxe is dead. You must build additional pickaxes. Pick it all up. Even the nighter for now. Despite the fact that nobody really knows what niter does. Actually, it forms gunpowder. But that's not something I particularly need right now. Well, charcoal's useful for crock pots, and, well, we've got a fairly free supply of charcoal, so I might as well grab as much charcoal as I possibly can. But I'm probably gonna want to make my way back home to my sort of primary place. Which certainly is not going to happen right now, but in the not too distant future, because I have got a lot of stuff in my inventory, and we will need to solve that in the not too distant future. Good, we do have a campfire available to us. A magma pile. Have you got magma piles? No, it's just the way I sit down. Oh! Spiders. Spiders. We're probably gonna have to deal with spiders. Spiders in the rough. Spiders in the buff. That means it's a naked spider and nobody needed to see that. He's doing a lot more than his usual swinging when he comes to save the day. He's a swinging like a good un. Now, I really hope the magma field that I'm in doesn't suddenly sort of show itself to be, you know, a little bit more magma-y at night. Because otherwise I'm going to burn my feet and have to run away, and that's going to be a problem. Anyway, eat the roasted seaweed. Eat the roasted seaweed. And now let's cook myself up a portion of sweet potatoes. Portion of sweet potatoes. I don't honestly know what goes off quicker, cooked food or raw food. The monster meat steaks are still doing reasonably well. They're still doing reasonably well, so I'll probably sort of cook and go as my general method. For now, I'm going to drop that niter because I really don't need it. Now, are we 100% sure I can't sort of pickaxe one of them? No, okay. Right, well, what I'm probably going to want is I'm going to want a couple of traps. And I'm going to try and capture some spiders. Capture some spiders. I don't know if it's going to go well, but I'm going to capture spiders. And hope for... I mean, more monster meat is not going to be too much of a problem. But really... there's berries there as well, which wouldn't be too bad. But we'll go for the lesser spider nest. I keep hearing growling, which I don't know. Sounds like there is something in the background. Oh, there's monkeys! Monkeys! Oh boy, there's monkeys! Whoever... There we go, good lad. I didn't think he was going to get in the trap there. Monster meat, that's a bit of a shame, but never mind. Is there another spider in there? Yeah, there's another spider in there. Hey, good lad. Get in the trap. Oh, there's another monkey. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, you're grabbing stones. That's fine. I don't mind you grabbing stones. Grabbing me, I'd be slightly miffed about. But grabbing stones, not so bothered. Get in the trap. Get in my spider trap. Spider trap. Spider trap. I put the man in a spider trap. He spun a web any size. I'm just going to heal myself with that spider gland because I need space for my trap. Spider den, spider den. He's a bloke from East London because he's spider den. Did those monkeys steal my berries? Bastards. Well, there's definitely something in them there hills that's potentially trying to come and get me. Because there's definitely some growling here. There's growling all around me, and I don't know what that growling is. Let's just continue catching... Oh. Ah, junkyard dogs. Okay. I can't deny this could be a problem because I haven't really prepared for dogs of any variety, junkyard or otherwise. Monkeys. Well, I mean, in fairness, the junkyard dogs seem to scare off the bloody spiders, so I'm assuming they may scare off the monkeys as well. Monkeys! Monkeys will protect me! Right? Surely. A prime ape hut. Yes, come monkey friends. Monkey friends will save the day. I get the impression the monkey friends will not save the day. Oh, there we go. Junk dogs! Monkey friends! Monkey friends! Be friendly monkeys! Oh, the monkey friends are doing very little. If anything, the monkey friends are just sort of... Oh no, the monkey friends are following. They're just not doing anything. Spider friends! Spider friends, spider friends. Spiders aren't your friends. Spiders are distinctly not your friends. The situation is not very good. I might actually have to deal with the problem myself, and I don't really want to do that. Yeah, damn it. Okay, some situation might have happened. No, okay. Hey, I got one. Go monkeys! Yes! Monkey friends! I'll grab that monster meat before the monkeys get it. But monkey friends, they did something in the end. Not a lot, but they did do something in the end. Unfortunately, I've only got one piece of web at the moment, which is problematic. But now I may have taught the monkeys to be feral, and they may come after me. Oh well, that spider's been caught. That's good enough. Oh, and a gland will help me heal from my my junkyard dog inflicted wounds. Come on, get in the traps. Oh. I think the monkeys are going after the spiders again, which is quite fun. Don't really need that many glands, but still. And I don't have the storage to really sort of... This is the problem. This is the one problem with the island situation. You just don't have the space as much as you would like to have. Come on, little spider. Get in the trap. Either one. I don't really care. So yeah, monster meat is all I seem to be getting from the spider friends. Now, if I attack it... No, okay, we're out of spiders. I don't necessarily want to destroy that spider nest because it's only short-term gains. There's not as many sort of long-term gains for destroying a level 2 spider nest, which is unfortunate, but you know. I think pretty much this is the monkey. This is the spider monkey island. But I do sort of need to get back to my own island, I think, because I need to start storing some stuff and possibly building crock pots. Because once I've learnt the recipe for crockpot, I could probably put a crockpot everywhere, but unfortunately, at the moment, I do not know the recipe for crockpots, which is going to be problematic. I need to go back. And by that, I mean you learn the recipe by building one at the science machine. You then can build it anywhere. I believe that's how it works anyway. Have we pretty much assessed this entire island? Yes, I think we have, so we best get a fire ready. We don't need it like on my person right this very second. Oh, garland! I told you I was going to forget to build myself a garland when the old one ran out. Now, with a bit of luck, monkeys won't turn feral in the middle of the night. But with this game, one can never. No! Hello, there's poo! Oh, god damn it, I need poo. Ah, are the monkeys pooing? I mean, arguably, I would think so, yes, but that's not one. Oh, there was space. I could have made some poo. I could have grabbed some poo. I'm planning on grabbing some poo in a moment or two, but... Oh, you bastard. You grabbed me poo first. I was out-pooed by a monkey. Which sounds a bit more like a competition than I'd intended. We'll cock up. Yes, we'll cock up all these monster mates. I mean, look, whatever keeps you going at night in the middle of a sort of desert island situation. Right, let's cook up 5 more of these sweet potatoes. Monkeys. And I'm happy to be around the monkeys. I just don't 100% trust the monkeys. I don't know the monkeys. Yeah, I don't know what sort of things the monkeys might do if I turn my back on the monkeys. Now, there are some behind me, I grant you, but I haven't officially turned my back on the monkeys yet. Right, we do now have some space on our inventory. What we want to do is pop back down to our boat and basically, yeah, I mean, probably connect up with that island. And I must admit, that island would have perhaps been a better choice because it is I'd say a lot more central. It's a little bit more central. Oh, it's because it's got my name in it. I was going to say, why is that highlighted quite so redly? But I think it's just because it's got the username in it. But yeah, I was out-pooed by a monkey. Indeed. Indeed. A terrible day. What a terrible night to be out-pooed by a monkey. I imagine they're going to be slightly peeved if I start chopping down their tree. Oh, hello! Mr. Spider! Mr. Spider! You shouldn't really be out here. But then again, nighttime is kind of the domain of the spider. I seem to have attracted a lot of monkeys. I am cock up the monster mate as well, yes. I am slightly alarmed by the sort of the monkeys following me situation. It does feel like they're wanting something and I can't give the monkeys anything. Oh no, you were supposed to get in the trap, you little prick. Get in my trap. Get in the trap, you bastard. There you go. Good luck. Oh, God. Do you know what? On normal occasions, it's like, yeah, I could do with some glands. But on this occasion, really need the web, please, game. Really need the webs. But unfortunately, they refuse to give me the webs. They're not gonna give me webs today. They'll give me monster meat, but no webs. Where's that other nest? I might end up having to spend another day here. I am really popular with the monkeys. This is alarming. Come on, Mr. Spider. Get in the trap. The monkey's got crazy eyes. Everything's got crazy eyes in this game. Everything is crazy. Everything is crazy. Everything is far from optimal. Everything is crazy. When you're shipwrecked here. Nice. I think that's the end of my trap, yeah. One more web, though, so that's something, I suppose. Now, do I dare make the trip over? I think I do dare. Although, having said that, let's gather some more of this charcoal. I was going to say, where the fuck is my axe? So that at that point, I might end up having to stay the night on this island again. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. We'll grab another fire, make sure that's buildable. The crucial thing about sort of getting one ready, it means you either know you can't build a fire for the night, or you know you've got a fire available for the night. So it's beneficial to have one in you at all times. It's beneficial to have a fire in you at all times. It's a hugely important thing indeed. Do do do. Ba 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 da. But you don't, unless you're burning trees down yourself, you don't actually have that many opportunities to gather charcoal. So it feels appropriate to gather as much as you can, even if you have to burn through several of your axes, and even if you have to spend another night with monkeys. I probably won't spend another night with monkeys. I'll spend it nearer the boat so that I can get off in the morning. but that's just because I really, really like boats, so I tend to look at them and just get off in the morning. That's not 100% the point. I suppose I probably ought to do some gold mining as well, because I don't know when the next opportunity for mining gold will be, so let us make sure we have as many nuggets as we can. All of the nuggets are truly wonderful and glorious. Let's grab that charcoal, grab some more indeed. All of you jungle trees are coming home with me in the form of charcoal. And let's grab more rocks, cause I need some more cut stone. And I think you need rocks to learn the hammer recipe as well, and I think learning the hammer recipe is going to be quite useful as well. Because I think those magma piles are probably dealt with via the hammer. And I think some of those wrecks might have been able to be smashed down with the hammer. Unfortunately, I've just lost my pickaxe. Luckily, I do have a supply of flint to hand. Flint and steel, the name of my detective duo. I think in fairness that is a reference to something. I think there was a detective duo called Flint and Steel. Or a Mickey take, I think. I don't think it was a serious one. I think it was someone doing a Mickey take, calling it Flint and Steel, but I might be wrong. I think it might have been a sketch from a sketch show or something. I can't for the life of me remember, but still. I don't technically have Flint and Steel on me at the moment. I believe you can build Flint and Steel in this. I'm not sure. I don't think you really need to, because you don't actually need to set fires from like a Flint and Steel. You need torches to set fires. You have an innate ability to set fire to things. Or at least Willow certainly does. We don't talk about Willow in her fire starter ways. She's a fire starter. A twisted fire starter. I think regular wood wouldn't go. Oh, there's a weird living tree. Don't think we want to mess with the living tree. At least not at the moment. Maybe in the future, if I remember that there's a living tree here. But we want to be a little bit more sort of fussy about what we take. Yeah, I think we might get rid of the niter, because I don't think it's all that useful. But no, I told you it's not all that useful, and she immediately went to try and grab it. Right, a little bit of twilight. We should still be able to do a bit of chopping down of trees. We'll get the fire. We'll get the we'll get the fire going just in case. I'm paranoid. I'm a paranoid. Really? I'm a parachute? I don't know. I don't really know what I meant by that, but I thought it might be funny, then I ended up a twat. Snakes! I'm a force to be reckoned with. Optimally, I would change to the spear for that snake killing purpose, but A, I think the axe is sufficient, and B, well, you know, it's kind of a situation where you kind of kill or be killed sort of scenario, so you want to just get straight in there with axe shots. There's no time to have to... Oh, it's a full moon, which means you can continue running around willy-nilly. So we'll grab these extra bonus logs, and then we'll probably get sailing again. I suppose if you track... I suppose we might as well pick up that niter. Did we? Oh, I suppose it possibly blew away, or the monkey stole it. Where's my boat gone? We are sailing. We are sailing across the void of yesterday. Yes, we are sailing. I mean, the only thing that tree will probably give you is pain, suffering, and misery. But that's what they do. Arguably, that'd be better off than the... I'd need to drop something. Because monster meat will prove useful eventually. The niter, however, not quite so much at the moment. I don't have any purpose for gunpowder, so I think the seaweed will prove slightly more pertinent. I need to repick that because unfortunately it went off and left me without the seaweed. It jittered when it saved. Oh, that's a big wave! Oh, okay, I think maybe the big waves are ones to just generally avoid. You can only surf over the little waves. I think we're heading towards the time where I think this boat might need to be sort of handed in at the boat shop and never used again. But I do like the way they do the waves. They've got a little bit of that sort of Japanese wave. You know, the sort of posters of Japanese waves. Not posters. the paintings of Japanese waves. Whilst also having a unique sort of Don't Starve aesthetic mixed in as well. It's very nice. I do like it. Golly, there's a large volume of stuff here. Coral reefs, and be careful of the electrocuting jellyfish. And theoretically there should be an island in the not too distant future. Yeah, that's the ticket. Oh, I see. I think potentially what's actually breaking down is the sail, maybe. Although it might be the entire boat. Anyway, I think it might be back to the surfboard in the not too distant future anyway. Right, so yes, a sandy pile. That's what you get. Oh, I can't pick up the sandy piles. Guard cocks. God cocks in your face once again. God will always cock in your face. But are you off the coast of Kanagawa? I don't think I am. But then again, I am lost and shipwrecked, so I might be. I was going to say, eat the roasted seaweed. Now, I might keep my monster meat not cooked. But I think now I've cooked it, I can't put it in the crock pot. But I might end up being mistaken. I'm sort of hoping I'm mistaken. But for now, what I think I need is the sand pile. Destroy the sand pile. Okay, I have destroyed the sand pile. Not sure why, but I have destroyed the sand pile. But a little bit of sand. I think some of the recipes were requesting sand, so let's try and gather as much sand as I possibly can. I'm not sure if, like, destroying the sand pile doesn't get me anything, but I don't know whether it's going to refresh if I leave them alone. So we shall have to wait and see. But I think, interesting enough, we were mentioning eating the crabs earlier. I think you do eat the crabs, and I think you eat the crabs similar to rabbits. I think it's exactly the same mechanic, just they're crabs, not rabbits. Which is fair enough indeed. I'm going to try avoiding the destroying of the sand pile this time. We'll let the sand pile live. There's no need to always kill the things that you have. But I'll leave the boat on the other side of the island and then surfboard back to my main island. My main island paradise. And then hopefully I'll tell you what, this is where this island is definitely the better island, I think, because I think coconuts are edible. Although I can't actually pick up any coconuts, but still. Yeah, there you go, coconuts. Coconuts. So all in all, this island is much nicer as a place of refuge, I think. Which does make me think maybe I should just change, because there's a coral patch over there, which I don't know what that does, but it nonetheless exists. And it does seem sort of central to all of my current island situations. I suppose it's... Do you know what? It might not hurt just to have a place here as well. Have a couple of permanent domains. I don't know if it's gonna make much difference. But now I need to pick precisely where I want the campsite to be. I'm thinking maybe sort of around here in the sand. I am going to build my camp on sand, which may not seem the wisest decision, but in this game it doesn't matter. So let's build another permanent permanent abode here. Do we have enough for another science machine? Yes, we do. So we will have another science machine here. I must admit, this sandy pile, I think I will destroy this sandy pile. I'll dig it out and then destroy it. Because it's a little too close to my science machine. And I don't want things to be near my science machine. A lightning rod may eventually be quite useful. So we want 2 electrical doodads, so we'll get 2 electrical doodads. I have no space in my backpack. Cock. Let's get... And still no space in my backpack, of course. And now no wood either. Excellent. Right. So it's all gone very well. Everything is perfect. Ah, crock pot. Crock potting across the USA. Now, can we put... Yes, we can. That's very helpful. So, let's pop 3 sweet potatoes and a bit of monster meat in my crocus potus. That should form some form of nugget, I believe. Meatballs, I would suspect, is the situation. So electrical doodads I cannot pick up at the moment. Now, are you 100% sure? Yes, I've very much run out of wood. So let's deal with that situation, I suppose. We'll chop down some trees. Hopefully we will not be attacked by the snakes. Not today. There we go. That's enough logs for another boards. Now, it's not necessarily the optimal decision, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. I want a storage chest. It doesn't really necessarily matter where I put the storage chest. Oh, there is a snake. There's a snake boot. I think, like spiders, snakes do come out at night. And now let's eat my meatballs. And what we'll do is we'll pop another monster meat in there and pop more sweet potatoes in. So, fun facts. If you cook several monster meats, you will get something that is pretty much inedible, I believe. If, however, you cook a single monster meat, fishing rod might be useful. If you cook a single monster meat with several other ingredients, as long as none of those other ingredients are monsters, a limestone, interesting. Yeah, go on, let's have a limestone. What does a limestone do for me? Not a lot. That's annoying, but acceptable, I suppose. Yeah, it's pretty much... Oh, it's full moon again, blimey. Surprising. Surprising. But there you go. What are you? A boat torch. Don't really need a boat torch. This is what happened last time. I was too busy looking at all these. Ah, limestone for the chimeneas. Chimeneas. Shite, I have not got the room to... Oh, okay, the snakes are going after my meatballs. I think I'll just let them for now. You can have those meatballs. Might have to clear out those trees to avoid that situation again, though. Wet grass. Nah, that's not a problem. I mean, it's a slight problem, but it's not a huge problem. Oh, I see, the tide. Okay, this area, I said, was fine. I think it's about to be flooded. I was unaware of this when I built my main camp here. It's fine. We just have to hope that that does not become a huge issue. It might become a huge issue, but we'll hope it doesn't. For now, though, let's cook some more meatballs. Considering I gave the snakes meatballs previously. So I do get the impression that we already know... Oh, that's a big snake. That's a poison snake. Okay, that's not good news. This time, we might need to use the spear. And especially have the snake go to sleep. And then beat the fuck out the snake. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. We don't really need those at the moment. Limestone would come in handy eventually, I suppose, but not right now. Electrical doodads is kind of what I'm working on. Snake skin we'll put straight in the chest. And get that wood there as well. And shovel the extra bonus wood. Superb. And then shovel this extra bonus wood. Spectacular. We want to start planting some more trees. Just maybe slightly further away from the camp this time so that I don't get an invasion of snakes at night. It's not what you want in your life. I was gonna say I could have sworn I had a wife. No, that wasn't what I was gonna say. It just rhymed. I could have sworn I had a axe somewhere, and it turns out I do. Unfortunately, I don't anymore, but that's besides the point. We want a shovel as well, ideally. You're complaining about being hungry? Yeah, I suppose we do need to get on with the whole eat the meatballs situation. I will want those bananas at some point, I think. So, nobody steal my bananas. If you steal my bananas, I'm gonna be mad. If you take my bananas, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. So don't you dare thieve my bananas. Probably pop them in for another sort of... Oh shit, the meatballs are on the floor again. Not good. Stop putting meatballs on the floor. Stop putting meatballs on the floor. Cook those meatballs and eat. Eat those meatballs from the floor. Floor balls. That's what we like to see everywhere. It's your floor balls. Your balls are flawed. They don't do what balls should do. If they did, we wouldn't have a problem, but we have a problem. We have a major problem with your balls. They should have been a lieutenant by now. Assuming lieutenant is higher than major, which I'm not 100% convinced it is. But never mind, that wasn't really the joke. Boop-a-doo, and joke is a relative term. My relatives are just harsh. Yeah. Do. Eat my balls. Now what we need is a load of planks for my science endeavours. I believe it was 4, which means I still need more planks. Goddamn planks. You're ruining my life, 'cause I keep having to chop down trees. And there's always the risk of an unfortunate snake. An unfortunate snake that's very angry with me. More boards. And now more science, methinks. Nope, we need some cut stones, which I don't have room for. Blast. We can probably drop the logs and they won't blow away, but a lot of other things will. So now, finally, the alchemy engine is going to be online. Sort of want it just sort of... If you can nestle it nicely next to your science machine, you can sit at both at the same time, which is quite nice. Fishing rod, I still feel like the fishing rod might be quite good. I mean, the thermal stone, not a terrible idea. In fact, it might be worthwhile. I'll do the thermal stone now, get out of the way. That means I can always build another one at some point. But we don't really need the thermal stone, so... I don't know whether it'll be stolen, so... Well, actually, fucker went in the chest last time, so... Just because I'm making sure I don't put it on the floor doesn't mean it's not going to be stolen. Razor we don't really need. Feather pencil we don't really need. Hammer we do need. Hammer is going to be very useful. We've been hankering after a hammer for quite some time. So that means I can now build hammers at all times. And I do wonder if maybe now that I've got a hammer, I can hammer in the morning. I can hammer in the evening. I can hammer out love between the brothers and the sisters all over this world. A muscle stick. Interesting. I do have sort of a lot of those ingredients, but not quite enough right now. A monkey stole my poo, so I can't really build a farm or an improved farm. Would probably want an improved farm, in fairness, because the difference is not that great. But you do need a sort of a fresh supply of poo. Very much require a substantial amount of big and lots and varied poo indeed. What are you? An empty bottle. Don't necessarily know if that's going to be useful, but fuck it, I've got one now anyway. Is there anything else of interest? No. Oh, I can build a sandcastle. Oh, very nice. Therapeutic and relaxing. Cool. I might have to consider that at some point. Well, I think we'll prototype the fish. Hey, fuck off, you stupid fucking bird. How dare you make insults at me? Let's grab that spear and take care of this snake, because fuck you, snake. And then let's try and get that one to spend its attack so that we can then kill it some more. And what would you son of a bitch? Oops, this tool. Well, whack these bushes. Got to whack the bushes. Got to whack the bushes. I'm not going to go near that bush right now. That bush is scary like Kate. Let's pop that skin in there. And then we'll just cook those seeds because fuck it. Don't need anything else at the moment. And then let's cook up some more meatballs. Which may prove problematic, but you know. I think we need meatballs in our mouth. Meatballs in our mouth. We'll pop that sand in the chest and then meatballs in my mouth. Put the gold in the chest as well. Might as well put the web away. Web away, web away, web away, web away. I could whistle a tune with you. I suppose you could do, but I wouldn't recommend it. Right, let's grab my meatballs, my lovely meatballs. Definitely not made of monster. My meatballs, my beautiful meatballs. They're definitely not a monster's balls. I would not cook monster's balls, because that would be overly cruel. Right, I'll tell you what, I think we might put it away now. I'll do a couple of fire laps, then let it save in the morning, and then I can quit the game. Don't quit the game, baby. Quit the game. Don't quit the game over. Right, I think it's going to... Are you auto-saving? Oh, there we go. Just took its sweet-ass time. But that's the auto-save, and then I think it saves and quits anyway, so we shall save and quit. I said quit. You wee bastard. Plus, I think I'm probably going to want to rearrange those controls again at some point, because I don't think my adjustments made any difference, so all I've done is make it all a bit shit. Reset, apply. That should have taken all of the menus back to where they were. Yes, it did. Superb, as opposed I've done this joke before, as opposed to Sue Perkins. There we have it. There we have a little bit of the beautiful thing. Beautiful thing indeed. Right. I think the plan was pretty much just go Rocket League. So, yeah, I think we'll just go Rocket League. Rocket League. Rocket League. Rocket League. Rocket League. There you go. I suppose we can update the title as well if I particularly want to. I didn't starve, so now I race. That'll do. There we go. Updating title. And now we fire up the League of Many Rockets. See if we can win. I can't guarantee that we can win, but we'll give it the old college try. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's do something tonight. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Don't need that message, don't need that message either. Do-do-do-do-do-do, just letting that game load with the boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. Have you got a bibbidi-bobbidi-boo? Unfortunately, all their Christmas bits have left, so we are back to square one. Although, having said that, the season's still sort of available. Haven't earned anything new. Let's see what we fancy. I think the tournament was 6 o'clock, so I don't think there's going to be another tournament anytime soon. No, there's not. Plus, the 8 o'clock one is a 2v2 soccer, which I don't particularly fancy, that soccer. I mean, I could use the Friends Day car. It is quite a nice car, I must admit. It's a bit garish, but all in all, I do quite like it. Can't remember, maybe can't View orange car, there we go. Oh, it's even more pink. It's even more pink as the orange version. But still quite nice. But I don't know, I'm leaning towards kit, as I almost always do. That was interesting. What was the other? What is? Oh, that's the Punk Special. It looked like a really old sort of chariot vehicle, which is slightly weird. I suppose I could use the Rick and Morty Special. I haven't used that in ages. Yeah, fuck it. We'll use the Rick and Morty Special. The Rick and Morty Special. Shall we just do casual? You know what? Competitive. You sometimes get a slightly better match because they put you together with, theoretically, they put you together with people who, you know, are roughly the same sort of level as you. Yes. Not always the case. Plus, really, I must admit, if I was doing competitive, I should perhaps not use the Rick and Morty Special. I should use one of the cars that I have faith in. But never mind. We're now doing a professional environment with this monstrosity of a vehicle. But I'm sure there's people who've used it worse. What team am I on? Probably not that one. No, I'm on the orange team, which is unfortunate because they just. Wait, no, I'm on the orange team. No. Oh, right, I see. My orange partner was putting it the wrong direction, really. That's less than optimal, sir. Less than optimal. I wasn't a phenomenal start to the proceedings, but I assumed... Again, I'm putting too much faith in my teammates to actually do like the right thing. And it feels like at the moment they're really not. But especially Muzme. You alive, Muzme? Just rammed you up the backside, see if you're alive. I get the impression the answer is no. Boof! Never mind. Ah, dang it. Don't put faith in teammates, rookie error. Yeah, it does seem that way, unfortunately. Because he really did not do me any favours. Again, sort of got slightly in my way more. Slightly more in my way than actually helping out, but still, maybe deep down what I have to accept is that I was the one in the way all along. Hey, you bastard. Well, that was a good attempt, but he's a good lad. He saved the ball now and then. Damn it. Geordie Peter. The old pupper from Geordieland. Oh, you bastards. Try to avoid sending it across the front of the goal. Do you not understand? That was awful. Oh well, never mind. Also turned off the ball cam, which is not optimal. Hey, you bastard. Really thought I had that. Really thought I was going to be able to just... Ah, you bastards again. I thought I was going to be able to just tap it with the back end as I flew past and send it back to the goal. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Which is less than convenient. Let's drop that down to a couple of performance ones, see if that helps it not die on its arse, because it seems to be struggling again. Which is weird, because I've played this with exactly those settings previously, and it's never kicked up as much fuss. So. Oh, I thought I had the opportunity knocked, but unfortunately, opportunity decided to deny me. Opportunity came, and then she went, no, I don't really like the look of... Ah, opportunity once again denied me my victory. Mate, don't punch it, don't. Will you please? Not punching it down to our end of the field. You put it down the other end of the field. Our end is bad end of field. You put it up their end of field. Then it's more risky for them. God damn it. These people can't work with these amateurs of Rocket League. Says the professional who's using a really shitty vehicle and not doing particularly well. God damn it, that was awful. Will you fucking stop raiding my assholes? God damn it. So you can tell I've been playing Rocket League too much perhaps now. I'm critiquing my fellow players. We get the fuck out of my way, you prick! And they're beginning to irk me. Die, you bastard! Ah, I got it. Couldn't do it. Oh, Mr. Poopy Butthole. It's Morty and Mr. Poopy Butthole on this one, and I think it's Mr. Mystiques and Rick on the other one. The other sort of team side. Because I was able to sort of use all 4 characters, which was quite nice. And it's the sort of gas-filled thing. But you don't want someone riding the ass of Mr. Poopy Butthole. No! No, I don't. I don't think Mr. Poopy Butthole needed that either. Oh, not my finest move, but it worked out in the end. That was dangerously close to an own goal, but at this point, it really doesn't make that much difference, because my teammates are shite. Oh, come on, music. No. My teammates are shite. Shite. Doo-doo. Plus, I think the bloody... Oh, it's interesting. We've got an opportunity now with the other... with one of their team having disappeared. I don't necessarily think it's going to help us, but technically speaking, back off into the goal for that one. Usually worthwhile. At least a little bit. And I'm never going to make that. Oh, I did. I'm surprised. I am surprised. Colour me the colour of surprise. Not what I want to see. It shouldn't be down this area. Get it back down the enemy's hole. Get it back down the enemy's area. Come on, come on. We've got an actual opportunity. There you go. Just had to correct it a little bit. But outside of that, not too bad. Not too bad. See, I knew that was heading in the wrong direction, so a little bit of correction there. Just bop Mr. Poopy Butthole's head off the ball, and it went in. That's what we like to see. Dang it, Geordie Pater. From YouTube, I suspect. But we have... Oh, we've got 15 seconds to come back 3 goals. I don't think that's going to happen, but... Ah, dang it, too much. Too much angle. Can there possibly be too much angle? Yes. If he spends at least 30 minutes with an ankle lock, that's too much angle. It's Kurt Angle, by the way. Wrestler. When he was in WWE, he used to be quite tedious because they did have a tendency to have him go, oh, he's got him in ankle lock. He's still got him in that ankle lock. It's been 5 minutes. I think he might still be in that ankle lock. Is he showing any signs of tapping out? No. Is he showing any signs of getting out of it? No. Is anything else going to happen in this match? No. We're going to have 10 minutes. Pure ankle lock. That's why I liked him slightly more in... oh, here we go. That's convenient. We can see the other side, Mr. Mystiques and Rick. But that's why I like Kurt Angle slightly more in when he went over to TNA years ago. Because in TNA, it was very much more sort of... Oh, look. He's got him in an ankle lock. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's got him in an ankle lock. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's trying for that ankle lock. He keeps trying, but he keeps not getting that ankle lock. And it was much better. It was much more exciting than he's got him in an ankle lock. 10 minutes later, he's still got him in that same ankle lock. I'm exaggerating slightly, but it did feel like it sometimes. But I suppose I'm probably considered a philistine of a wrestling fan, because all I'm really interested in is seeing them beat each other over the head with cock. No, that's not the wrestling I watch. They don't beat each other over the head with cock. They beat each other over the head with weaponry and chairs and tables and ladders and all that stuff. Although having said that, it wasn't just purely that I enjoyed. I liked the sort of I'm a little bit more, I suppose, Lucha Libre style wrestling fan, technically. Because it's got that speed and pace. Not a huge sort of... I think it's Greco-Roman style would be the grapples and stuff. Although having said that, I mean, you know, as I say, like, on occasion, the grapples can be very good. And as I say, with like, when Kurt Angle went over to TNA, it was a lot better. Because he was, you know, it was very much more this sort of idea of, hey, he's trying to get an ankle lock. He's trying again. It's his signature. It's his signature. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Holy cow. How did that not go in the goal? That's impressive. Impressive beyond belief. But yeah, I found it a lot more interesting when it was like a bit more, it felt a bit more of a struggle for him to get it locked in. And usually once he did get it locked in, they made it seem like more of an issue. Because usually once he finally got it sort of locked in and sort of cinched up and stuff, usually the person would tap out. So it would be like the finisher. Unlike, as I say, WWE, where what they tended to do was, it wasn't just like the finisher, it was like towards the beginning, 10 minutes, towards the middle, good 10 minutes, you cock, towards the end, he cock-locked. He cock-locked them, and he cock-locked him. He was the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Cock-lock me. I mean, don't do that. But yeah, I think that's why I liked TNA slightly more. Oh, bastards! Or at least early TNA. It's interesting. It might just be slightly sort of has that smatterings of hipster among it, because I quite liked TNA when they weren't particularly big, because they had to sort of try a bit harder, I think, to entertain people, and they had sort of extra unique things, because again, probably Philistine's opinion of wrestling, a purist would probably sort of tell me where to go in no uncertain terms, but eesh, bastard. But I liked the six-sided ring from TNA. That was what I considered TNA's glory day, when they were sort of brand new. Who doesn't like tits and ass? Yes, total non-stop action. I will just clarify, just in case anybody believes that is the definition of TNA. But yeah, their early days when they were really on the back foot and like had barely any knowable stars, I think was their best time, because they had to work harder at it, I think, which is what I think caused a lot of their matches to be a lot more fast-paced and interesting. They were sort of doing a lot of things just differently to WWE. It was only when they brought in all the kind of WWE rejects, bit harsh to term them that way, I suppose, but it did start feeling like sort of, if you couldn't make it in WWE, pop on over to TNA. They'll give you a break, and not in a good way, in a sort of slightly shitty way. If you can't hack it in the WWE, you can just go to TNA, and people will love you because you were once in WWE or something like that. I don't know. But it changed a lot, and they went to a regular four-sided ring, and I think they just lost a bit of the magic for me. As I say, but, you know, I suspect it would be absolutely shite. Woohoo! Absolute Philistine's opinion was what I was about to say. But still, I liked it, and sometimes you just gotta think, what are the things that you like? And then you go, no way, cruel world. Oh, we have actually got it as a draw, so we do, you know, we do have overtime to try and make a comeback. Yeah! Dang it. Dang it all. Gonna go over and try and get myself some boostings. Why would boosting? I don't know. Oh, yeah, bastard. I thought I had an opportunity there, but it was not to be. 'Twas not to be. Oh, Eric Grande of... It's actually Epic Grid, but still. I'm going to call you Eric Grande from now on, as in Grande Penis. And not the size. I mean, the level of dickitude you just presented by saving that goal. That was my opportunity. Would you mind not ramming me up the buttocks? The buttocks. I suppose if you score, alright, I'll have to forgive him for ramming me up the buttocks. Don't necessarily think the world works like that, does it? He doesn't just get away with ramming me up the buttocks because he's now successful. Oh, wait. Awkward. I think that might be how the world works. What a save. What a save indeed. Welcome, Mr. James Games UK. How are you and how are your doings? We are doings Rocket League. Ooh. A Dragon Lord blue... Oh, it's the blueprint. Yeah, I can leave the game, but yeah, I was overexcited for no good reason. Especially because I don't think I own that car, for starters. I mean, I must admit, I like it. I like it as a thing, but I don't own the car, and I have to build the bloody blueprint, which is like, ugh. Enjoyed FETEP 2. I have not watched FETEP 1 yet, so I look forward to it at some point, although it was intriguing. There was a couple... Oh, this was my Christmas vehicle. I don't know if... I think we saw it over the Christmas period. My little Christmas vehicle. In green as well. Either green or red there. Bugged. Bug was an interesting little creation. Hulk. Red Hulk. Traditional Hulk. Bronze Rainbow. Oh yeah, I remember the Bronze Rainbow. The Goldie. Looks oddly blue, but it does look gold at some point. Hot Rod Special. I've been enjoying the Hot Rod Special. And the Friends Day is quite a nice car. Blue Wizard, of course, not Blue Wizard there. Blue Wizard there. Flash Special. Flash. Zoom. I don't think it's Zoom, is it? It's the other one. Not Godspeed, but the one in the middle. Batmobile. You know what, I'm leaning towards Batmobile, but there is always Kit. Yeah, oh, fuck it. We'll try the Batmobile for a little bit. We'll go back to casual for a touch. But are you at least enjoying Boba Fett? Because I saw a sort of scathing review that suggested it wasn't particularly good, but I mean, I don't trust reviews in the slightest bit, and I feel like it sounded a bit like one of those ones where, like, what they've done is exactly what they should do, which is they've appealed to Star Wars fans, and this person was not a Star Wars fan and yet was reviewing it anyway for fucking being the sake of an arsehole, I suppose. I don't know. But they were reviewing it from a non sort of actually liking Star Wars stance, which of course you're not going to enjoy it that much. But I don't know. Certainly at some point in the not too distant future, I want to watch Hawkeye first. But at some point... Oops, that was the wrong direction because I was going backwards. Sometimes I'm quite good at that, getting the right direction when going backwards, but unfortunately that was not one of those occasions. Partially because I don't know... Oh, that's interesting. What the fuck? Oh, I think it was just a slight glitch there in the scoreboard. I don't think I'm playing Chaos Mode, but there is every possibility. I think it was just because someone left and it was being replaced with an AI, so there was two people on the scoreboard, but never mind. But yeah, the general plan at the moment is currently watching Star Trek Discovery. Bought the DVD for my father at Christmas, so we've got another sort of several episodes of that left. And then I'll probably try and knuckle down with Hawkeye. Ooh, score! Yeah. And yeah, so knuckle down with Hawkeye, and then by the time I've knuckled down and watched Hawkeye, I suspect most, if not all, of the Boba Fett Book of Boba Fett, will probably be released, and therefore I can just binge those over the course of a few nights, perhaps. So that's the general plan, and I think that sounds like a good plan. And next week, of course, what might be quite fun, I'll have to try and possibly not literally on the Wednesday, but apparently The Eternals is coming to Disney Plus on the Wednesday, I believe. Don't know whether that's free or charged first and then sort of free eventually or not. But, you know, nonetheless, it's coming soon, so I'll probably give that Eternals a go. Although that's really not made much impact as far as I'm aware. People complained about some of the graphics, I think, but outside of that, it's not made much of an impression as far as I'm aware. Not sort of... It's not been talked about all that much, I suppose. Now, granted, the reason why I can get away with most of the time watching these things quite so late is simply because I don't hang around with people all that much, and therefore spoilers don't tend to present themselves. Whoopsie doodles. They don't sort of just naturally occur. But yeah, that's the general plan, and still. Free, you think? It was maybe too different in tone to other Marvel movies. I enjoyed it, but I'm not rushing to rewatch it. I see. And yeah, slower paced than the Mando, which seems right. Yeah, that seems okay. I mean, I don't know. People expect a 40-minute movie, but it's a TV show. I think it's been great so far. Lots of Easter eggs too. Nice. What he's doing, stuffing his face with Easter eggs, he should be bounty hunting, surely. I know what you mean, though. I'd like to just clarify, just in case. I was making a little jokey-wokey. Some people would probably react to that by going, "Not actual Easter eggs." Yay! Nice one. Yeah, go longs. Yeah, go with me longs, please. No, don't touch me longs. But anyway, as I say, I still sort of look forward to the Eternals. It'll be interesting to view it and see what it has to offer. Oh, that was an interesting little trick. Didn't work out for you. Please stop ramming the side of my Batmobile. Holmesley. Do me a Sherlock and fuck off. I don't think that's a phrase, is it? It is now. When you need someone to leave you alone, just shout at them. For fuck's sake, do me a Sherlock and fuck off. Disappointing. I really thought I had that, but 'twas not to be. 'Twas not to be. Once again, I sort of flipped the wrong way, but it actually worked out reasonably well for me. Oh, no. Never mind. That's actually much better, isn't it? That's a much better phrase. Do me a Sherlock and go homes. That's very good. I'm so glad something has come from the atrocity that was do me a Sherlock and fuck off. That's going straight in the goal, isn't it? Unless I can be a majestic master of... Nope. No, I couldn't. Thought maybe I could, but someone, I think, got in my way. I'm going to blame the other player, no matter what. No, right, he didn't really get in the way. I just didn't get there in time, which I suppose is fair enough. We're still 4-1. It's, 4-1 with 1 minute 30. It's not terrible scoring. Whoop. Get the Batmobile back on its feet and bills. Well, I say feet and bills, I mean, by feet, of course, I mean tyres. No, I was going to say, I bet that's gone. Which is a shame. Oh, so close. If maybe I'd not been chasing down some boost, that might have been an optimal way of getting things, but never mind. No. Oh, hey, little tap. Pointless, but little, nonetheless. That's what she said about my penis. Pointless, but little. Little and inoffensive, but pointless. Ye go longs! Stole my goal! What a dick! He just sat in the goal, and I don't even think he's playing. Oh no, he is. He did move slightly, but yeah, he just. Wow, that felt so like he just went. Well, that ball was coming at me. Oh no, I'll move back a bit, then I can steal the goal. Arsehole. Haha, mine. Oh, careful, careful, danger zone. Careful, careful, danger zone. Sometimes what's beneficial, if you don't actually hit the ball with some of those jumps, you can sometimes hit the player who's going for the ball, which means at least you deny them sort of a follow-up, which is sometimes beneficial. I mean, it's better if you can hit the ball, obviously, but... Oh, Stanava! I will seek vengeance, Stanava. Vengeance sought. Vengeance acquired. Does that make me an asshole? No, but there are so many other things that do! I don't think that was quite the right angle. It deflected off my fins a little too wildly. But we still won, which means I, Batman, must away to my home planet of Gotham. Just have the Batwing pick me up in the sky. Do we fancy another one of these? Yeah, I might as well do another one of these. We shall just carry on doing little bits of Rocket League. My Pocket Rocket League is here and it's having a bit of fun. Pocket Rocket Fun is here today. Do-do-do-do. Let's have a look through. While I'm waiting, you never know, there may be something of interest. I'm not convinced, but there you go. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Are we continuing? Yes, there's the next match. Oh yeah. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Here we go, we can start a match. Slaughter sound effects. I don't know if you really want the sound effects for Slaughter. Or Slaughter Southeast. That's a bit more sort of football, isn't it? And Yogo Longs 1, Slaughter Southeast 5. Actually, we hope it's the other way around, of course, because Yego Longs is still on my team. Which is what we want. Stanavers. Stanavers. Don't fuck this. Stanavers. I blame you. I don't think it was your fault, but I blame you anyway, because you were there. Oh, in fact, Stanaver is on the enemy team, isn't he? Yeah, so, in fairness, he should have been trying to do that. I still blame you then. I blame you more now that I know you're on the enemy team than previously. Slaughter... Southeast of Slaughter! That's where we go. We bring your daughter down there. Does your daughter wish to go southeast of the Slaughter? If she does, we can oblige her. Oh, good. Good golly, Miss Molly. Not as good as I thought it'd be. Oh, yay. I did score the boost at least, but unfortunately they're getting an opportunity. Yep, there was very little I could do about that fact. I suppose the one benefit is they've got that sort of weird goal celebration that turns everything into sort of computer lines and weirdness. It's a nice one. Oh great, Yego Long's left the game. Well done. Yego shit. That's your new nickname. Oh, please, no. World. Why are you being an asshole? There's no way that should have been a goal. I hate it when they just get that lucky shot off the side that's perfect. So frustrating. Oh, so close. No, you bellend! In fairness, he was supposed to be deflecting it, so it's not as much of a bellend. Bellend. Bellendus Maximus. Bellendus Maximus. Where have you gone, Bellendus Maximus? I just get ready to save the goal. No, don't tap it over. Stop it before it goes across the goal line. Do you know the most dangerous place for the ball to be? Screaming across the centre of the goal line. God damn it. I don't like it when I'm playing with assholes. I do love this Batmobile more than other Batmobiles. I quite like this one. I slightly bias the Tumbler, because I do like that one. Yee! I jumped out the way. That was stupid. I got confused between my directions, 'cause I was going backwards. Dang it all, I just plain old missed at that point. No, no balls for you. And no balls. Yay! I mean, technically the goal was mine. I'm taking it. It's mine now. Yeah, this one was a very iconic one. I mean, you can see where a lot of future Batmobiles took a lot of the design elements from this one, I think. Plus, I suppose, arguably, maybe it was very accurate to the comic books, and therefore that's why it seems like a lot of the future ones took a lot of elements. But, yeah, it is one of the best ones around. I don't think you can get it. I know you can for some of the bonus missions in Arkham Knight. Oh, God, it's going funny. And the internet's going funny, which I suppose makes a degree of sense. I am streaming and playing at the same time, but still. But yeah, in Arkham Knight, there are some bonus missions that allow you to play with the 60s Batmobile in some fantastically designed levels. I can't remember the exact details, but I do remember thinking they are fucking brilliant. Partially because I think you got the full sort of bat theme in it, but also I think just because there was a certain... I think it was because you went around and it looked like a set. Is Arkham Knight the last one? Yes, it was the third of the trilogy. What is theoretically the last one, but then there's potentially doing more. I don't know. But yes, it looked like the 60s set. It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastically well made. Is that just straight up perfect goal? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a straight up perfect goal. I saw it. I leapt at it. It went in the goal. Why would we concede, you donut? You donut fucking child. We are not conceding. We're winning, you plum duff. You are a fucking moron. If you have to leave, then just leave. But we're certainly not conceding. How dare you even suggest such a thing? The enemy team can concede, but I'm sure as shit not conceding. But it's a shame. As far as I'm aware, they never did the 60s Batmobile for this one, for Rocket League. But, I mean, it's not a Batman game, so they've got no obligation to do it. It's just, it would be nice. It would be nice. And it would be another one of those ones where I would probably try and treat myself. The next one on my list, ideally, if it does pop round again, they do sort of every now and again pop round. I was slightly tempted. They had the Fast and the Furious one available the other day, and I was devilishly tempted. That's true. They'd fall out of the car. I must admit, yeah. I don't think they've had any sort of vehicles in this that don't have a roof of some kind. So maybe that's why they've not bothered, because they don't want to sort of work out that idea. But technically, it probably has a roll bar in it, a roll cage thing. So as long as they're gripping tightly, they'd probably be fine. But yeah, you make a fair point. But then again, if memory serves, and I don't know whether it's changed, but if memory serves, this is all supposed to be remote-controlled cars. It has a single bar down the middle, yeah. So the fact that this is meant to be remote-controlled cars, you could just put a toy, what's supposed to be a toy Batman and Robin in the thing. But oh, I didn't expect the ball to still be there, because unfortunately everybody seemed to miss. Yes. Unfortunately, Kyubiki keeps taking my goals from me. See, he seems to have scored 4 goals, and I don't believe he scored 4 goals. I believe he scored like 2 goals and stolen 2 of mine. I don't appreciate theft, sir. I'm Batman. Of course I don't appreciate theft. Yeah, get destroyed, player gator. I don't want your face in my gators. Oh, player gator again. Nope, he couldn't do it. Wondered if he could win. But yeah, I was slightly tempted by the Fast and the Furious one because that I think it's a Dodge Charger. That black Dodge Charger he has is, it's a beautiful car. I mean, I love the Dodge Charger. Classic old school American muscle car is kind of my weakness when it comes to cars. I wouldn't actually want to own one as such. I mean, I would like to own one maybe in some fashion, but not in any kind of actual driving around England sort of way. Maybe if I was in America, I'd happily drive a American muscle car, but having one sort of, because the classic ones, A, wouldn't have the correct hand drive, B, they turn like a tank, and not actually, no, they don't. They turn worse than a tank. Tanks turn quite well because they've got tank steering. Bloody Chargers, I get the impression that they don't turn at all. America hasn't heard of corners, which means none of their cars turn. Do very well in straight lines, but turning, somewhat more of an issue. But plus, I think they are enormous as well. The Americans don't understand the idea of small cars. Oh, I think I just saved it in time. Just managed to tip it off to the side. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Suicide Squad game. I think that's going to be interesting because that's by the same people of Arkham Knight. We're back on Arkham Knight topic just to allow you to try and at least attempt to follow the path my brain takes. We're back on discussing Arkham Knight. But you said about, you asked, is Arkham Knight the last one? And technically, at the moment, yes, it is. However, I believe they're planning on doing more. Do you mind not ramming me, please, sir? Because I believe Rocksteady... I think it's Rocksteady? Is that the name of the company? It's Rock something. Not Rockstar, but something else. As I say, I think it's Rocksteady. Damn it. Good lad. Good lad, Pipas. They're in charge of doing the Suicide Squad game, which I think looks like it might be quite fun. I've seen sort of like the trailer for it, and it looked quite entertaining. And then I believe there's the sort of Gotham hero-y ones, where they're doing sort of... I believe it's set in the Arkham setting. Oof, you bastards. It's set in the Arkham setting after... I won't necessarily directly state what the finale of Arkham Knight was, but, if you've played it, you know. And it's several years old, so, not that ever stops me not playing a game, but, nonetheless, I won't spoil it, just in case. Yeah, you bastard! Never mind, that ball's going in. No, it's not. Yes, it is, indeed. Which is going to be interesting, because I think they've got Batgirl in it, which is going to be intriguing, considering... Now, this is no spoilers. Batgirl is Barbara Gordon. Well, I suppose it's technically a little bit of a spoiler, but I think it's fairly well-known knowledge now. But Batgirl, traditionally, is Barbara Gordon. This is not a position I want this ball to be in. That's equally not a position I want the ball to be in. I want the ball down the other side of the field, please. But yeah, it looks like theoretically you can be Batgirl, and of course Batgirl in the Arkham canon is Barbara Gordon, who has already had her issues with the Joker, and therefore is now Oracle. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But they may have already addressed that, I don't know. I don't know much in the way of information regarding this new Arkham one with all the characters. Apart from the fact that it does look a little like it might be one of those ones that's a touch too repetitive. I think they're going and trying to head down the Avengers, Destiny. It might be Batgirl 2.0. It may very well be. It may be a second generation of Batgirl. But as I say, I really know very little about that one. Just that it's theoretically going to exist at some point. But I do feel like maybe with the sort of shitstorm and stuff and failure, in essence, I think it was classified as a commercial failure. But the shitstorm and failure that happened to the Avengers I do wonder if that's possibly the reason why I've not heard much from it recently. Now that may again just be, you know, I don't pay that much attention to many things, but oh, that was awful. Never mind. Try again. But the reason why I've, you know, not heard much is maybe they're sort of trying to rejig it so that it's not quite as sort of loot, you know, wander around Gotham, fight enemies, get loot sort of system. Maybe they are going to try and make it a little bit more unique than that, but it does sound like it might be one of those sort of like slightly tedious loot type ones. Cock. I don't think they don't tend to do loot type cocks. Ah, you bastard! We've got a hell of a task to get one more goal in 1 minute, I fear, but still. But nonetheless, I do sort of look forward to it, even though I suspect it might be one of those tedious, slightly tedious loot type ones. They do have an appeal, just sometimes, I don't know. I'm very much more a storyline sort of gamer, which means once there's no more storyline, I don't tend to continue playing the game that much, which I know is, I don't know, just the way I play games, I suppose. I need an end point of a story to sort of get towards, which is why if I ever need to do any sort of bonus bits, I tend to do them before finishing the game. So I do them all before the final boss, because once that final boss is done, and once that sort of final story note has been played out, that's it, I'm done. I have completed the game. Your story is finished. Marvellous. Lovely. I enjoyed it. It was delicious. I'm moving on to the next one. Damn it, they scored a third goal. Now it is impossible for us to make a comeback. There was the potential of overtime when it was just 2-1, but 3-1, 7 seconds to go. An impossibility, because it's unlikely we're going to score one more goal, but it's plausible that on this encounter we might get a lucky strike, but no, if anything, they're going to get a lucky strike and get a fourth. Fuck me. Well, that went horribly wrong, didn't it? Unbelievable bullshit. Unbelievable bullshit. Yes, it's all doses of big, hefty bullshit. But I don't know whether... I think this is all just rumour mill, this one. But I think they are supposed to be doing another single-player Arkham game at some point. Possibly something to do with the Owl. Is it the Society of Owls? Or Court of Owls, isn't it? Yeah, it's Court of Owls. But I don't know. I feel like that was just rumour. So I don't know how much truth there is to that. But yeah, anyway. I don't think it's... I think the Suicide Squad one is imminent. Precisely when, I'm not sure, but I get the impression it's the first of the grouping to come out, I think, and is therefore potentially somewhat close to being ready. Oh my, you've got a tartan van. I don't know how I feel about you having a tartan van, sir. And you've got a spiky green and yellow thing. The Gar-shaped ninja. Your username does go with your colour scheme of choice, I think. Not necessarily, but feels like it does a little bit. Well, I sort of kicked it up a bit, which is possibly an inconvenience, but other than that, dang it, that's the worst position. Keep telling these people, stop pushing it over the goal mouth. It's not a good place for the ball to be. It is dangerous, can't you see? See, this is where we... No. Oh, why wasn't there any follow-up? Why weren't there people here? Here! Just get it out and away from the goal mouth. That's the secret. Don't let it near the goal mouth. Ah, bastard. Just didn't quite have the angle. It was a close attempt. I feel like that's sarcasm. But I will still take it, because technically it is true. Plus I redeemed myself by scoring a goal. So that's something. I came, I saw, I popped the ball in. And no, I'm not describing an evening. Oh, fuck you, Magic Guide. Now you see him, now he did. That was quite the magic trick. Also, that looked like it was a hell of a save. I don't know for certain, but that looked distinctly dangerous territory and saved on the line, it looked like. Oof! Yeah! Oh, Dr. Doodoo. Why you gotta be a piece of shit? Mr. Dr. Doodoo, I do not like it when you decide to be a little piece of shit. Oh! Garshake Ninja. He had a better angle than me, so probably was the better choice of hitting it, but he didn't score a goal, so maybe I'd have been better off being the one to strike the ball, but we'll never know. As I say, he had a straighter angle at the ball. I was coming in at an odd angle, which meant launching the ball off at an odd angle, which means I would have stood far less chance of scoring a goal. Just get a little touch on the roof, and then I'll use the ejector seat to send it down the path. Oh, Donkey Kong. Oh, that is not... No, donkey shit. I think he actually used my car to score the goal, which is quite frustrating. And I don't think it was Donkey Kong who did it. I think it was someone else who rammed my car in. Yeah. It might have been Magic Guide who rammed the back of my car and I swung round and hit the ball in the goal. As arguably any goal is any hole's a goal, I suppose is technically the phrase. I was trying to manipulate it for this situation, but I just couldn't. I lost the plot of how to speak, which is 99% of the time. Oh! Nah, it's way off, isn't it? I got excited for no reason. Oh, good, Garshake Ninja. I think we just did them in the same way that they did us. He bounced the ball off of their car and it went in. So now I feel a little bit less... Oh, there we go. Especially if Magic Guide was the one who made me score an own goal, him scoring an own goal back is spectacular karma. Bam. Dang. That didn't work out well at all. Slide in that boost. Oh, guys. Oh, wait, you're the wrong guys. So, obviously, you do want it next to our goal. Thought it was our guys who were doing that. Little tippity tap of the back end, which just sends it on its way. That's not the right direction. It's the right direction for him. The wrong direction for me. And our team in general. No. Never mind. My boost got all excited there. I engaged turbo boost, and unfortunately, there was nothing to turbo boost. Yeah, see? A lot of people don't know the height of their vehicle. Me included, admittedly, for the most part. Eesh! Keep trying to get that sort of just light tapping so that it's still going forward, but goes at an angle as well. You never say, oh, hello! Well, that's unfortunate. That was a perfect opportunity for a shot, but it just didn't quite go at the right angle. Still didn't go at the right angle, but nope. Just whirling around with no way of correcting the situation. Ooh, I thought maybe my back end could just tap that. But 'twas not to be. Never mind. I was trying to be the shark of justice, but unfortunately I was not able to be the shark of justice. But our friend Garshake Ninja, he was. He zoned in on that ball and he managed to clip it into the top right hand corner. Oh yeah. That's what we like to see. Oh yeah. Boom! Never mind. we can buy for a little bit of boost, let them deal with the current situation. I'll be ready if we need a goalkeeper for a moment or two. No, we're okay. So we've just got this one. Oh, one. We could possibly score another. Never mind. There was the possibility of scoring another goal, but it wasn't really a necessity. I'll just do my standard. Look at me, Knight Rider. Hey, you, look at me, Knight Rider. Look at my Knight Rider. We did one more. Fuck it. Why not? Treat yourself. Treat yourself to a little shoe. Treat yourself to a tiny shoe. Then you can put it on your toe and think, oh my lord, I've grown. Why you would want to do that is anybody's guess. But I suppose it whiles away an evening without stress. So if you want to, you little shit El Quadra. More like El Na. I don't think that's an insult, is it? No. Ting tang, walla walla bing bang. If I didn't know that Rocket League didn't exist back then, I would suggest, and maybe they were just playing a different game, but I feel like that song came about when the lead singer was going, I'm just trying to write some lyrics. No! The rest of the band really don't like him writing lyrics. So whenever he says, I'm just writing some lyrics, they go, no! But he was playing something that required effort. Or the potential of effort. This doesn't actually require effort, but it's one of those games that when you need to sort of turn and stuff, and when you're trying to get in... like any racing game. Not that this is technically a racing game, but you know my point. It's a car game. But you do find yourself turning your entire body and the controller. It doesn't work, obviously, but nonetheless. Have you seen that clip on how to name your Asian baby? I have not, but it sounds quite fascinating. I also possibly racist, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that it's not. It's perhaps just playing with race in a humorous fashion. That was a Omid Jalili thing, I think, at one point. He was discussing the difference between being racist and playing with race. It was quite an amusing little bit. Do-do. Post it? Yeah, post away. Do-do. Hit. Little tap of the backside. But anyway, yeah, so the original singer of... I can't remember what... I think they were like Doctor something or some such. I can't remember now. The Voodoo Doctors or something, maybe? Something ridiculous. But anyway, he was just playing something when they were trying to write the lyrics, and he was going, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting tang, walla walla, bing bang, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ting tang, walla walla, bing bang, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ting tang, walla walla, bang bang, ooh, ee, no, ooh, ee, no, El Quadra, El Quadra, El Quadri. No! I didn't know I needed to jump to deal with that situation. I thought I could hit the ball before Her Royal Highness Philippa Anus. I didn't realise how weird that was going to sound. But yeah, that sounded... What would you like to do, Philippa Anus? When would you like to do it? I don't know. Whenever I can get the permission to do so, I don't know. But plus Philippa is technically spelt with a PH, not an F. But still, we had a delightful, if very strange, thing. Also, I managed to spit on the screen by laughing quite so heartily at the phrase Philippa Anus. That would be a terribly unfortunate name to actually possess, wouldn't it? But then, I don't think there's many places where you would wind up with the surname Anus. I must admit, I was reminded the other day of that beautiful scene on the news regarding the fuel shortage which was, of course, covered by the roving reporter, Phil McCann, which was just, I mean, someone in that office must have really tried so hard to make sure that was a thing. It was absolutely fantastic. Oh, I see why Ting Tang Walla Walla Bing Bang reminded you. Okay. I'm still slightly concerned that it's going to turn out to be incredibly racist, but we shall see. We shall see. Maybe it's just one of those ones where you could see it as racist if you were being ridiculously oversensitive. Ahoo! That's the way. Ahoo! Really could do with one more goal. I say one more goal. By one more, I mean, well, could do with 2 more goals, but just to get a draw out of it so that we stand a chance of continuing, it would be very nice to get a goal, please. No, don't do that. Alright, do that. No, don't do that. Guys, we need a goal. Oh, El Quadra. You're an El Bastard. El Bastardo. El Bastardo Grando. He's got a poopy butthole in his hat. Bastards. You couldn't just let me have my final victory. My final victory is the destruction of this world. Wait, what? I don't know. It might be the destruction of the world. I have not decided. Right. So we have a look-ski. We got sort of 1, 2... 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4... hire a whore. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8... masturbate. No. You're a bad human. Bad man. Oh shit, have I... Oh no. Oh no, I think I fucked up. It looks like I did. I fucked up. I could have sworn it was the 6th. Oh well, I suppose I'll save me money. The steam sail has gone. The steam sail has gone. It must have been the 5th, perhaps the steam sail has gone. It very much means that I cannot really justify buying a load of different games. That's interesting. They've got Final Fantasy 11 available. I didn't think their servers were still running, but I might be mistaken. Well, that's disappointing on many different levels. I guess I can still do the other plan and purchase the other thing I wanted to purchase. But yeah, I won't be trawling through the Steam sales looking for interesting things to buy. No. I have, however, got a couple of bits of things in my inventory. Oh, I see. That was from earlier on. I've been playing the game Unavowed, and I've managed to get Kalash and Mandana as cards for the Unavowed. But anyway, so no Steam sale for me, but we can possibly still do some other things, because I must have had the 6th in my mind for some reason, which suggests some of the other sales are possibly still on. But there you go. Anyway, that was the Hodgepodge of Hilarity. We're not going to bother with the raid this time around, so I will get in a moment or two. I'm hoping this will load. It's not looking like it's loading. It's not important to the current proceedings, but still. Oh, there we go. And yes, there you go. So I must have gotten myself confuzzled. It's Epic Games. Their sale is still on until the 6th. Steam must have been different. No. It's such a shame. But there you go. No Steam sale for me or Mo. Because Mo left it late as well. Fucking idiot, that bloke, really. Anyway, I suppose we should do some things. Brand new overlay for Hodgepodge of Hilarity. Enjoy. It's fun. It's nice. I think it's nice anyway. I might change a couple of bits because I must admit, at no point did I spot the fact that it said utility transfer ass as part of the Tharsis bar. So we might change that one. And I must admit, I'm tempted to change the purple at the end from both the game and possibly the colour, because the E doesn't turn up all that well. But still, it does say Hodgepodge of Hilarity, and you've got multiple different games being shown. I liked it. It's good. It's good. Anyway, for tonight's entertainment, I believe he's back on. Yeah. Can't see a reason why he wouldn't be. For tonight's entertainment, at 9 o'clock, you have Mr. Mouth Killaboo.
Wait a minute.
Oh, actually, I suppose no, he wasn't on Saturday, because Saturday was the New Year.
A bolt gun.
New Year's Day, Ron.
I got a bolt gun.
I believe that's...
For the Emperor!
Yes.
That was a lot less impressive than I was.
The Emperor was displeased with his everything, so decided not to allow the gun to work. But, he doesn't seem very good with that gun.
He broke my neck.
That's definitely gonna put a dampener on the.
It's a charge and fire, yes.
Someone very helpfully told him how to work the gun.
You need to charge it up first, and then you can.
It's one of those ones where he
Then you can for the Emperor all you fucking like, mate. But until then, I mean, I wasn't.
There we go. And your alternate option at 9 o'clock is Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint. He's gonna be painting something.
You're very welcome.
I don't know whether that means literal bases.
I thought you'd like a custom Earl to come back to. We might leave him there for a while.
Something or other.
Oh, I've just realised he's over the chat, isn't he?
But we shall soon see.
No. Hold on, we'll stick him over here for a minute. We'll stick him on the paint palette for a minute. And then just... Oh no, I can't drag... Hold on, what's here? Is there anything here? No, Arthur, I said put the sword in the stone.
And there we go. That is your options for tonight. I will say cheerio, and then I gotta figure out my dinner. So, cheerio.